Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures relatively unchanged heading into the weekend as we kick off Friday's session here. Lots of things to look at as far as individual names moving around in the pre-market. Once again, markets, of course, coming off a bit of a sell-off yesterday. We had 4 straight winning sessions snapped yesterday for the 3 major U.S. indexes with the declines we saw on the day yesterday. A little bit of caution returning as far as COVID-19 related cases and the increase in cases continuing is concerned. We saw travel names to the downside yesterday, some of them continuing that move back into negative territory today. We'll have a look at the cruise lines, a little bit of a note out on the cruise lines this morning. NCLH doing a lot of volume, Norwegian in the pre-market, so I want to take a look at that. All eyes on Netflix, obviously. Earnings aftermarket yesterday. Earnings were pretty good as far as the actual number is concerned. It was the subscriber growth forecast and the EPS forecast for Q3 that came in well below expectations. So Netflix to the downside today. We're also watching recent high flyer Boxlight shares set to open lower for the first time in 4 sessions as well. Recent news regarding Samsung on that front. University of Michigan sentiment numbers for July going to be released at 10 a.m. That number can move the market if it does come out in the wrong direction. It's Friday, July 17th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see a bit of a mix showing here. We had both Chinese markets in positive territory once again. Japan to the downside, though. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. Yeah, a bit of a mixed session here as well. A bit of a trend so far this morning. We'll shift over to North American futures and see how things are looking here. We have gone positive on most here right across the board, the NASDAQ included, leading the way. Haven't seen that for a couple of days. TSX futures pretty flat. Brazil's open up 0.5%. Bitcoin to the upside today. We have crude oil lower, and gold futures are higher to start the session. Guys, we have Netflix earnings today. Big move down. The number is actually pretty good. It was the subscriber growth forecast that's a big disappointment, it looks like.
Yeah, guide lower when it comes to subs. It's, you know what, interestingly enough, we're going to be talking about hopefully earnings, one of our educational segments in the future, and what's important. So when it comes to Netflix, it is that forward subscriber number. The street was expecting 5, and they got 2. They said 2.5. I was watching this one post-market, hard bounce off of 450. If you go far enough back on the daily, sort of a nice little level down at that price for a bit of a base. I'm going to be watching to see if we can hold about a 504 to 510 area on any pullback. You're already seeing it come back. If you look at all the way down into where we got in the aftermarket, you are coming almost halfway back right now. So going into the Friday here, could be an interesting place to fade. Netflix, very volatile name. Post earnings is one of the days that you're going to want to be looking at it for sure. First look for me will be this 504 to 510 for a fade trade. If it gets down to 450, we'll hopefully try to catch a bounce down there.
I see some talk here about Boxel, obviously on our chat as well. And I see people posting something about this quote here, and I think it's a pretty good one. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. I tweeted that out today and getting a lot of love on that one as well. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And I think that just goes to show you what we're doing right now, right, guys? I mean, you have to have preparation, and then when the opportunity is there, you strike, right? And I think that, some of these names that we're going through, subscribe to our watch list. That comes out every single day with a couple of the names that we'll be talking about and a couple keynotes. So Valeria will drop the link to that, and then you can subscribe to the watch list. But also, I just think there's also some value in looking back and staying strong on some of these quotes. And if you're not prepared, then you're going to get run over pretty much in life. So let's just take that to the stock market, and let's get ready to rock and roll. A few big names on board here, Brendan.
Yeah, NIO, big sell number on that imbalance locator to start. We'll talk about NIO shares coming up here. Let's have a look, guys. Let's jump into my screen and have a look at how traders fared here at Day Trade the World yesterday. Top 10 traders here at Day Trade the World. A lot, looks like most actually, coming out of Europe. So you can see European markets in full effect here. 5 figures, top to bottom, as far as the top 5 are concerned here. 22,000 down to 14,000, all yesterday coming out of Europe. So another great day here at Day Trade the World for traders. Let's have a look at what else is coming up throughout the show today. We're going to have another excellent education video for you. Yeah, talking about futures trading still. You got to be really knowledgeable and comfortable if you're going to jump into the futures markets. We'll talk all about the different contracts, specifications, the risk profile on each, things like that. So Valeria will have the link for you for that video coming up later in the show. Let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone, guys. I wish you a great trading day, and we are here as usual to make it even better. Please sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat, and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And of course, please support and give us all of your likes. Smash the like button and let's get it started. Back to Brandon.
Let's indeed get it started. Netflix, all about Netflix today. Earnings after market yesterday coming out pretty good as far as the actual numbers are concerned. Revenue was up 25%, $6.15 billion on the revenue side of things for the quarter. Pandemic-related increase in demand, obviously behind that push. It was the Q3 EPS forecast and the sub-growth numbers, as we said, that were a huge miss to the downside. So Netflix in negative territory to start this morning, guys.
Yeah, just a quick shout out and thank you to Ravi Teague for becoming a member. We always love it when you guys join the party here. Look, Netflix, we talked a little bit about this off the bat here, and I just wanted to show you on the 15-minute chart here so I can actually go back far enough. That 450 pivot where you started that huge run up to essentially 580. It's a nice 20% move if you want to go back to the end of June. So that's why I think we got a bit of a bounce. Volume can be pretty heavy in the aftermarket, and some of those levels just stick out like a sore thumb, and you want to file those ones away as being important. It did round out back towards this 475 if you go back into the early July off of that first initial bounce off 450. So the fact that we're holding above that is interesting. I like to see if that's a first level downside that were to break on the way. That could be an interesting level in addition to that 450. But my first look is going to be fading, hopefully that 504, 510. And when I do that kind of a trade, I like to see it go into that price range, 504, turn around at 510 if it breaks it, no moss. If it does hold in there, any consolidation, you catch a quick little rollover with a stop at 510.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix right now, just pretty good price action, obviously 900,000 shares here coming into the market today. So we'll see. I mean, 475 was that low spot there. I think that's probably a pretty decent break, 480 to the downside. That's basically what I wrote down. We were going to try to go long through 490. That broke and went to 495. So it's actually not. I remember last Netflix report, it didn't move a whole hell of a lot that day after the report. So let's just give it. I'm going to give it some time here. Probably won't get into this one for the first couple minutes. Let's just see what they like. I don't see any glaring levels here on anything. If you look at a daily chart, I know Neil just ran through it. There's lots of names to go through today, but obviously we're still above. And I mean, even though Netflix is down that 6.5%, that's like nothing. Like we're right back to where we were on July 7th. Today is July 17th. So we're back to where we were 5 or 6 trading days ago. I'm not worried about this Netflix number. It seems like it should have fallen more than it did. So I'm kind of a bull on Netflix.
All right, guys, let's go over to the cruise lines. CDC out after market yesterday, extending their U.S. ban on cruising until the end of September. It's worth noting a lot of these individual companies already had self-implied operational bans beyond that date, so into October even for a few. Norwegian here, I noticed, doing much more volume than typical for Norwegian in the pre-market. Already 6 million shares. We can look at RCL and CCL as well, but this group to the downside once again today.
Yeah, I mean, Norwegian, I believe, also had an offering priced at 15, so that could be part of the reason it's doing a little bit more volume. It did have some consolidation down around this price, so maybe you're going to find a little bit of chop at this bottom we're seeing. It had a huge run up, and then you got the gap down yesterday. I'm just going to go ahead and say yesterday I made a mistake. I liked to short off Norwegian in the morning, and I took it off entirely too early. We did have this right here And I only, I don't know why I actually didn't give it all the way to maybe 17, 20. I think that was a huge mistake. I think when you put that type of a trade on Norwegian, you know what the downside action could be. You got to hang on to it a little bit. The levels I have written down here, I have 1550 to 1560 as being sort of a nice little chop area that if it tries to go up to that range and can't break it, that'll be a rollover. Otherwise, potential break through that price range. Call it 1550 to 1565 or so if you want to use those nice round numbers on Norwegian. For me, I might stick with that one today just because the volume's in, but you don't want to get too far away from CCL, Sean.
No, but I do like NCLH today. I mean, NCLH, like you just mentioned there, and so did Brendan, the volume, 6 million, CCL just 800,000. Look, I love this thing breaking through 15. It is what it's going to be today. You did see a big drop yesterday. Obviously, that was on that offering, but we were up the previous day. This was like 20% or 25%. That was crazy. But yeah, 15 held a couple times, guys. So I'll watch for 15, 10, 15 break for sure on NCLH. And I did want to go, before we go back to you, Brendan, a couple of subscribers new. Tyler Jones, welcome to the party, my friend. T. Will, what up, T. Will? And then Ravi T, which Neil already mentioned. So 3 new members, guys. Thank you so much. If you were wondering about joining, there it is. Hit that key there. Thank you so much, guys. Great minds think alike. That's how you join up. And look, we put the show on for free every day. We send the watch list out for free every day. So let's keep this show going. The more members we have, the more resources we can throw at this thing. So let's keep this party going, Brendan.
Let's have a look at Virgin Galactic, guys. Back to the upside again today, 7.5%. They announced a new CEO yesterday, former Disney exec as their new CEO yesterday. So this thing, if you have a look at the daily time frame, I mean, 15 to 23 here in the past, week and a half, 2 weeks or so. So Virgin Galactic back on the watch again today, up for the 3rd straight session, guys.
Yeah, it's coming back down. I mean, yesterday, you guys know I was all over this thing, and I've been all over this for a long time. So I'm glad, and I hope that some of you have joined me in the long parade. I know you, Elizabeth, out there, have this trade with me as well. I think you're long at 16, very similar for me in an options play. So, okay, 19 up to 22 yesterday. That was like an historic run. That was not historic, but that was a fantastic move up. A couple little bumps in the road here caused us to get out a little bit. But, okay, today we're looking at 23 is where I have VWAP on the 1 minute right now. Just looking at a few other charts here. I don't know, man. The daily chart, like there's some consolidation up here. I love the 2350 break to go higher, but now we're fading back down. You have a bottom yesterday of 22, so we can pick some up, here maybe 22, 22.10. I'm just nervous that it's so overheated. I mean, Brendan, you just brought up a great point there. No matter how much we like stocks, you got to be very, very careful here because it was 15 last week or a week and a half ago, busted up to 22, 23, really on just hopes that they can get the tourism business going. They're not anytime soon going to be sending people to the moon, but space, and as you mentioned in our note here, SpaceX for Elon Musk, and then Blue Origin for Jeff Bezos. So everybody's in a race here to see who can be first, but right now they're selling this name off. I'll probably look at a 23 break.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be watching 21 if it ever gets down there, just in case there's a bit of a rollover. I don't like the break here at 22.50 to the downside for any kind of a short. I think you're basically risking $1 on that trade. I'm not actually convinced that we're going to break through that little afternoon top that Sean was talking about at 22.20. So, without conviction that that's going to happen, I don't know that I like that short through 22.50. But if we do make a shot at testing 23.50 at the open and I can catch a rollover in front of that price, I'll take that one with a reverse to the long side. I like that play when you get something extended for a couple of days in a row. So I would try it on space, and I think if it takes 22, good chance you get 21 as a bit of a base in the afternoon.
All right, guys, let's go to BOXL, recent high flyer. BOXL opening to the downside for the first time in 4 days, I believe it is. They had the Samsung news a couple days back. We talked about teaming up with Samsung for some online educational software. They were out yesterday with full year earnings that came in better than expected, reported a loss, but it was much smaller than a year ago. So BOXL back on watch here. We're opening lower, but kind of chopping around here at 4. Oh man, we're gonna have to talk about this 420 level up here as well, guys, on BOXL.
not my fault.
Neil's favorite level, but not on purpose, I don't think.
It's a pre-market top. Like, it is what it is, and you can see it here. And you know what's actually going to be more interesting than that? I was trading this a bit in the afternoon yesterday, and you did have a double top. Put it in the morning here at 465, and then again 455, a little bit lower, failing. It actually broke that 420, and you held this 395 4 even area a couple of times on the way back up. So that's where we are here. I do like this for a base. I think you can I'm going to probably take a shot at the open. If it's in this range between 390 and 420, I will probably look for a chance to roll over short. I'm going to take the breakout if it happens at that 420 price. That just happens to be that pre-market high. Otherwise, I will give it a shot with the short in front of that same level after it made the double top yesterday. I think it's a good look. If it breaks 420, you got to take some profit in front of that 50 and 60, which held, and then you got a secondary break if it takes out that high from yesterday at 465. So 2 breakouts to the top side, but I will try a short in front of the first level.
Yeah, I also want people to watch out for 455 on the top side and 360 on the downside. Okay, what we do here is we love our viewers. And OJ, you know, $10. Thank you so much. I don't know. I'd hit the confetti sign, but I don't know where it is. Let's see if Apple gets to 393 today. Sure. Let's have a quick look. I also did want to say thank you to Fiat Bandit there. Great name. I love that name. Thank you to both of you guys and OJ here for also becoming a member and chatting that up for us. That $10 is pretty sweet. And you know, you're going to do that. I'm going to talk about a stock for you. Okay, here's Apple. I dropped down a 10-minute chart. I love the 392 level right here. We stopped out there 2 days ago. That's why I use a 10-minute chart. So you could see bouncing off of 392, OJ. So that's a little bit of a level there as well. It's got to get through there. And if it does, then I do like the upside. Apple obviously moving to the upside right now, up 0.63. The market also up. So watch its correlation there to the market. We know Apple's super strong, 5-6% of the S&P and 12% of the NASDAQ. So you know that's going to run. It's breaking right now. Yesterday's early morning top, guys, right at 9:30 is basically 390, 389 and change. So this 389 break, guys, I really do like that. Let's go long 389 on Apple. And then OJ, I'm not going to hold for 393. If we can get it up here, 391, 392, that's a top there. Let's get some out. But 389 long, and then we'll rinse that out, hopefully at 391-ish. Hopefully. And then if not, let's just drop this down quickly, guys, to a 1-minute chart just to see where can we get out if we need to. If we go long 389 up here, you do have this little thing. It's only 388. So you know what, guys? Apple can move multiple dollars right off the first minute, so probably not a trade we'll take right away. Let's go light at 389. If we have to drop it at 388, we'll do that. But, you know, for now, I like that play, guys. Long Apple 389. Thank you so much, OJ, for that.
I love that. Apple giving you a nice move yesterday right off the bat to the upside as well. I'll say good morning and what's up to our good friend Jeff Mendel over at OTC Markets, just sending us a note, guys, about this one. Axim Biotechnologies. If we can jump into my screen here, guys. There we go. AXIM on the OTC pink sheets, up huge yesterday on this news. It looks like they have a rapid diagnostic test kit for COVID-19. So here we go. AXIM on the pink sheets. Huge move yesterday from 70 cents up to 145, looking like it's going to open above $1 if you have access to the pink sheets. Another one, guys, to have a look at. Thank you, Jeff, for that note this morning. Let's talk about Twitter, guys. Twitter has to be back on watch again today. Showed a lot of relative strength, worth noting yesterday after the news of the hack that we were talking about yesterday. CEO Jack Dorsey out yesterday saying it was actually 130 accounts that were targeted in that cryptocurrency hack yesterday that included high-profile members of Twitter, including former President Obama, Bill Gates, Vice President Joe Biden, or former Vice President Joe Biden, and Tesla CEO Elon Musk. So Twitter, guys, looking interesting again today.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I like Twitter, but it's looking interesting just because of the story. It's actually in the pre-market here. I've always found Twitter very, very hard to trade, man. It's only 40,000 shares. It's pretty choppy. Like even yesterday, pretty choppy. When it wants to go, it does go. But I'm not. I like the story because it's interesting, and I think it's something that we all talk about all the time. Wow, look at. I mean, I'll talk about the members in a minute. Okay, yesterday's high here, 35.50. We did get that run early up to 35.60. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you got to scalp Twitter if you're going to do that. I do like 35.50 to the upside on that one right there. I'm just going to do this, and then Valeria's going to come up with something in a second here. Farzad, thank you so much. I just don't want any of these guys to fall through because I know they get missed. Brian Moore, thank you so much, guys. It's just amazing our community that we ask for a little bit of support, and you guys come real strong there. Div Prash, thank you so much. Raul Trader as well. I do apologize if I did miss anything. What's up, Valeria?
Hey guys, I would love to shout out to Mambo Guy for sending personally to me super chat. Send you all the love. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate your support. Back to traders.
Now Valeria can get her Starbucks on. I did notice you converting back to our coffee. Sean showed you in Twitter. Our fantastic machine that we got. We got the merch. We got the mugs. He's got the nice little hoodie over there, which I got to get one. The only thing I'm looking at for Twitter here is that 35.60 from yesterday, 35.80 next level to the upside. I think even on a break of this pre-market high, I think you're scalping Twitter. Volatility, I'm not sure is going to have too big of a run back to the upside, but if it rolls over, watch out. 35 break down. I'm likely to take one shot at that one and then see if we can't give that maybe to that quarter to 30 mark that you're seeing as a pre-market top.
All right, guys, let's go to NEO here, NIO, back to the downside. This is a pretty significant move in the pre-market here on heavy volume once again today. Only this time it's to the downside. Goldman Sachs giving them the chop this morning from neutral to sell. So downgrade at Goldman from neutral to sell at NIO. Already 13 million shares here, guys, for NIO. We're down about 6.5%.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the down arrow because you don't get downgraded by Goldman and really survive that. We'll find out. I mean, like I said, this happened relatively recently, so I'm not sure on the legitimacy of who downgraded it, other than that we know it was Goldman, and what their other calls have been on NIO. So, but yeah, you could see this, guys, 1320. Banged it down to 11.90 and stopped. So Goldman made a lot of their money. We saw their big earnings report off the trading desk, and these guys tend to know what they're doing. I'm guessing that they're either short already or they just want this thing to get sold back down to about that 11 level. That's been pretty key. You do have this stop area of 12.30 here. I do like that. If you are going to go short, watch yourself at 12.30. 11.90 is that bottom. Let's just go quickly and look at the imbalance locator before we go here. OCN. Okay, we'll have to find out about Occidental there. What's going on with them? That is Occidental, isn't it? No, that's Ocean Financial, sorry. Okay, OCN. NIO, a million shares to sell right here, so that's not going to be a good look for them. We'll wait to see how it can open up. There's space as well on a bid, and I do like J&J running today. It was a very big surprise in the afternoon of J&J yesterday. I wrote down a key level here. We'll talk, Neil's going to have some spots on NIO, but J&J, it already broke up. I like 51.20 here on the break, but J&J making a run here today, guys.
Yeah, there were some levels I liked on NEO and possibly to the upside if it does make a little bit of a push there. I did want to make sure we were looking at 12.35 to 50, more of a price area, looking at yesterday's action. Nice break up at the open through there, and then maintain that as a bit of a hold. So it will support at that price. I think maybe you're looking for a short fade in front of it. It can be a breakout if it ever breaks through. I don't know that it's going to have that juice on a Friday coming after a downgrade, but we'll certainly be willing to take a break at 12.50 if it does get there. First look is going to be fading through it. You already hinted at that 11.90. That was a bottom yesterday. It was a bottom right now. You're going to have to watch that for a breakdown. I did see the super chat there, so thank you very much, Trevor, for that super chat. And we'll get, it wasn't on the list, but VSLR. You are right. It is rather low in volume, so as a day trade, I don't know how much I like it. I'm going to assume you might already be long in this one here. Nice old parabolic move to the upside. Of course, the news is a little bit older on this one for the breakout. Usually when you get a few successive days of parabolic move, you are sort of bracing yourself for a little bit of a pullback. I think that could at least be in the cards, especially how sideways the action was. So, I'd be watching for, one of these levels to get taken out here, whether it's going to be like a 19 quarter, whether it's going to be a 1965, also this 1890. So those are the three ones to the downside. If it had volume, I'd be spotting those for quick little shorts. But sideways action that fails to break those levels on successive days give you a shot at a further breakout on that name. But there is some room to come back in after that parabolic move. Those are the levels that have to hold. Thank you for that super chat there. We try to get to all of those if we can.
Yeah, just remember, guys, there's a deal in place on that one as well. VSLR, it's Sunrun. There's a $3.2 billion deal in place. Sunrun picking up Vivint Solar, cash and stock deal there. There's a bunch of little ones, guys, that we need to get to. Applied DNA, Foresight, Autonomous. There's Verona, Pharma, NVAX, not really a little one, but Novavax moving this morning. Wainwright with the upgrade on that. And DraftKings as well up again this morning on decent volume in the pre-market, extending big day from yesterday. I want to get to the market here, though. Let's have a look at the futures and bring in Arun and see what levels he's looking at today. Arun, we're kind of grinding to the upside here. It's not really a huge move, but looks a little bit strong so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's drifting to the upside. It's still within the range from yesterday, right? The same area, 32.35 on the top, 31.70 on the bottom. Those are the areas. We're still working inside the area. I did absolutely nothing yesterday. So looks like at the moment, if we can find a trade near the top end, we might be able to short this. Or if it goes through there, if it goes through the 32.35, there might be a trade there as well. But if it doesn't, if it stays within this range and doesn't show a whole lot, it's going to be another, summertime Friday where I do absolutely nothing. So it could be one of those days. It's trading within the range. So we'll see how this plays out as we get to the top end of this range between 25 and 35. There might be some action there. Might be a trade there. If it's not, then looks like it's going to be a whole lot of nothing today. That's all I got for you, Brendan.
Great stuff. Thank you, Arun. Always good to have some levels picked out on the futures. Let's have a look at one more little one here, guys. Foresight Autonomous, we just mentioned. Not a huge mover, only 12.8%, but they have a test kit that apparently can detect symptoms of the COVID-19 virus. So not necessarily the actual virus itself, but some symptoms that they're working on. I'm going to show you this level over here on the daily chart, 180, 175 to 180. Very obvious on the daily chart. Really want this thing to get back below this 180. We're kind of chopping around at 180 right now. But above that, 205 was the high from the pre-market, guys, on FRSX, guys.
Yeah, with just 4 minutes to go, you did mention another one here, APDN up 50%. It's actually given quite a bit back. It got as high as 1750 in the pre-market, which was almost 100% to the upside. If you want to go back to a couple of hours ago this morning, and they just had a preclinical studies that were positive on their COVID-19 vaccine candidate. So I was checking for locates on this one. We don't have any, so if you see me only hunting for longs, it's not that I don't want to be looking at a pullback short. It's just that I can't actually execute those till we get those locates. But 1330, a bit of a bottom here. It's held throughout this retracement play, so I'd be looking at that for a quick little break. I like the 13 even a little bit better there on APDN. If it wants to hold that price, watch for a break. Call it right now through about 13.75, so 75s, although I much prefer that short. If we get those locates and they're reasonable, I'll try my hand at a 13 even break on APDN. Yeah, it's come off, but plenty of room to the downside. Just watch out. Liquidity. Now the spread opens up a little bit here. There's enough shares, but the spread, I've seen it at 10, 15 pennies at a time. On a 13 break, I'd expect it to open up to 20 or 30 very, very easily.
I've been neglecting the Hydration Nation here. I actually didn't even take a sip yet, so you got to get on that, guys. Join me, drink that gallon of water every day, buddy. Okay, so a tweet that's getting some love here, guys. Let me know. Join on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. Let me know if me and my son look alike. I don't know. I think it's pretty close, but which one is me? Which one is me? I guess it's pretty obvious. But anyways, 13 likes so far. Dax, what's up? Rick, what's up? Thank you for your comments here. Follow me at TraderTV Sean, posting little fun things like this all of the time, and we'll see what happens today if people think that we are alike or not. So there we go. I did want to have that comment. And then, oh yeah, yesterday, again, here's a quote. We have that same quote. Oh, I just got into something here. J&J on a bounce. Brendan, if you guys remember, Greg as well, our trading floor manager, myself and Brendan, all hit the links up there. Congratulations to Greg, who took everything down there yesterday and took all of our money and beat us yesterday. So congratulations to Greg on that one. Okay, J&J falling down here. We took a few shares here at 151.20. We do like that. That's the only position I have in right now. Not scared about what's happening right now. This is just price action. This is going to happen in New York. If it does break down where we kind of broke up yesterday, down here at 148, we'll watch that. But we'll see here, guys. I can't wait for Tesla earnings report.
Oh, Jay, thank you again.
Okay, OJ, that's a good move there. OJ, very, very confident. Which way, OJ, do you want? Did you say calls there? I missed that. Here's what we're talking about, guys. A nice little super chat from OJ here, dropping 20K on calls. Oh, calls. Okay. We'll find out when is the earnings release for Tesla?
Next week, Wednesday, I
Next
think.
week, Wednesday. Okay,
right?
OJ.
So,
Prayers up for you, my friend. 20K in calls. You know that can evaporate, right? But it can also blow up. So let's wait to see what happens there. I'm going to average into J&J, guys, out 148.50 if it does drop that low.
just watch out for this box sell making a little bit of a move to the upside. It got to about 408 here. I said I would fade this one to the short in front of that open, in front of that 420. It actually bounced away from my order. With 30 seconds to go, I don't know that I want the fill if it's going to come right at 9:30, at least not the tight one. So I'll probably walk away. I have my 420 break long still here, and I might take one shot if it tests that 415 area for the first time.
Yep.
So 20 seconds here. NEO's approaching that 1190. That's not a break I'm taking literally at the open. That has like fake out written all over it, so I will get away from that. But let's drop this countdown. Valerie is there, ready to ring that bell. It's Friday. Should be an active one here. Watch that NEO at the bottom. 5.
I'm going to go short.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open.
Okay, we are short. We're short right now NIO, and we're long J&J. What we're waiting for here, Apple, Space, Donkey Kong, and Box L. Okay, Nile, bang, right, nice little short right here to start the day. We're short 88s, guys. 77, 78, 79. We did take that 90 break. We talked about Goldman not messing around, so let's get this to the downside here. Here we go. Nice little 20-cent winner to start the day. Hit that cowbell, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, watch out to the downside, Box L immediately. So look, you get this short. We're talking about fading into this one. I'm going to take it on the way back up as it tests that 4 even area. We like 420 as well, but we're short in front of 4 even and going to take some more in front of this 408 high where it turned around last time. So jumping into some shares right away there on BOXL, guys.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm all over this too. Right now, NIO to the downside, NEO. We are short 88s. Let's see how far that goes. Our best outs there, 70s. We're bidding 70 again. Let's see if we can't get that little tick. There it is. Bang! Nice little win there, slap shot. So we'll move on from that stock. J&J right now, we've averaged. We'll take another average in right now again. We're going to give it down to 148.80 here. Futures did fall. Not good. I did like that. I mean, J&J is kind of random, but I did like this run up in the afternoon yesterday off their ER. So we'll see if it can get that strongness going back for it. I don't know if it actually dropped down here to 148, but we did not get out, so probably not. We're going to hold that through 148.50. Going to average in more here, guys.
Yeah, here's that APDN. And as much as I did say we were loving that 13 break, and I have to check in and going to ask Greg, if we can get some shorts on APDN, just let me know if we got those for the locates. It looks like it tried to break upside and then failed back down. I'm now liking that 13, maybe 50 as a breakout instead of 13.75 after watching it put in a little bit of an opening range top. So APDN is on the radar in both directions. Just going to get my order ready to go. The pullback could be on here in NEO. I'm going to be watching to see if it holds that original 1190 area.
Yeah, 12. I was going to say 1208. Maybe I just took another short as well. 1208 up here, near kind of a VWAP, near that top here. 1210, 1208. We just go short again. So we're loading up and we're reloaded. I don't know where that button is, but there it is. We're reloaded. So we're going to send that out here to the downside now as we take more shares, putting our risk on NIO for the meantime. DraftKings must be heading southbound because I did not get into my position 36.50. Yes, sir. The position I was looking for here on DraftKings was a 37 break, so we still have time for that. Actually, 37.
Don, line them up, knock them down. Box L. We talked about getting the pullback in front of $4. I took some shares a couple of times at 90 because that's all it went to. You're seeing it head southbound here. It got to 370. I took some out at the quarter, obviously 375. You can follow along. You know what that's all about. I'll take some more in front of 366. I still like the long break at 420 if I can ever catch it. You know that's going to happen if we get a break to the upside. But right now, the short working out on Box L.
Yeah, everything right now. We just also got involved with our friend Space. So we're long now at 2306, breaking through 23. Again, you know, sometimes you got to hold some of these things. So we're going to wait to see what this one does. It does come from 2250, so that's not a horrible out. If it does fall down there again, then we'll realize that we are wrong. So 2240, we'll dump about half if that doesn't go, and then otherwise we'll look for a little bit of upside break on this name. J&J still, guys, hovering around and doing absolutely nothing. So we do wait for that
Guys,
one.
watch out for HTBX. 245 is the top. I have a 250 break. I actually accidentally put a short in there when I was trying to put my break out to the long, so quickly took a 3-cent hit. But I'm going to be breaking long in 250. On a pullback, I'm looking for 235 to 240. If it fakes us out, let's see if we can't go long through that price as well. Brennan, what do you got?
Rumble on here, guys. RMBL, big mover in the pre-market. Wasn't doing a heck of a lot of volume, but monster print here at the open for RMBL. 76% still to the upside. Just coming back to aftermarket levels here, around $18. They're teaming up with Car Gurus for some data processing with Car Gurus for RMBL, guys.
Okay, here goes space right now. Looks like it's a nice little win here for us. We're long at 23. You guys know that. So there it goes out a little bit right there for another win. Here we go. Come on, space. Let's go. Long 23. We were talking about this in the chat room the whole day so far. So good on us for this one. Let's see if we take out this top now. 23.40. So right now, space trying to make that move to the upside. And we're pretty long right now. So good little trade here. If we can take out 23.40, I think we go longer on this name, guys. Maybe even 23.30. Here we go, upside right now on space.
Yeah, new position here for me. We just got that APDN on the break to the upside. We moved it to 13.50 to break into the long because we saw this opening little couple of minute range here at that price. We got 60s to the long side. We'll give it to low a day here, down 12.75. You want to retrace up to 15 even if you can catch it. I'm still looking for that HTBX to see if we can take the top off. It hasn't done it yet. 250 is the level I'm looking at. 45 was a high, but I don't like breaking long at 45. I'd much rather wait a couple of cents at 250.
Okay, we've cashed them out here. We're going to go longer at 23.30 here. We are dumping some right now for this little 30, 25 cent win or so on Virgin Galactic. So, one name we've completely ignored on purpose too, actually, was Netflix. So we'll go back over to that and just to see. I told you guys that it was going to be choppy off the open, and that's, I mean, how much more choppy can you get? 503 upside, comes back down, comes back up. Now we'll wait to see. This is the kind of trading that we're looking for. We're waiting for it to develop some levels to give us a reason to get in or out here. And right now, I don't really see anything happening on Netflix. I mean, it's right at VWAP right now on the 1 minute anyways. So 488 maybe a breaking spot there, but I still want to give this one a little bit more space.
Yeah, I just rounded into some NEO here on the pullback. I did mention I like this pull into about 12.12, 12.15 area. So I took a couple of legs in here. We're short at basically 12 even. Just looking to see if it does break back towards those lows. And I take a quarter off just to lighten the load. I didn't like that initial entry price. I want to see if we can be adding more in consolidation here and then getting out much closer to that bottom. HTBX just took the top off, so you'll see that long pop in for me here. But we do have a move up on an APDN here, watching to see if it can't retest that 13.50. Need this NEO to come down to about 11.75 for the first leg out.
Yeah, here comes a crash here on space. So let's take a little bit more long if we can. I don't know. We just crashed off that level right there. So crash landing, hopefully not for this stock, especially considering what it is. But we'll take a little bit more long here, see if we can't run that to the backside. One other stock I just put an order in on was Netflix, 489. What's up, Brandon? We're going
vaccine names starting to go here a little bit, guys. AstraZeneca, big pop off the open there, 1.5%. Went from 57.40 up to 58.40 in the straight line. The EU said to be re-engaging in talks on purchasing vaccines for COVID-19 with multiple different vaccine makers, including Moderna, mRNA, also higher, guys.
We didn't even get to Moderna there, but I want to update you guys on that HTBX. It is holding right now that 250 break on a pullback. We did mention we like it back to about 35, 40-ish range to make sure it holds, but it's looking like it wants to head higher. If it breaks 60, we'll get our first leg out there. But watch out for APDN. It looks like it might take out that 13. I can't reverse short when it takes out the low of the day. If I could, I certainly would. But right now, the trade on for me is going to be taking a few shares off at 60. We like those round numbers. We'll go with the hot dog action for HTBX breaking to the upside. We had a couple of entries here. This was an accident. We got the 250 break, which is what we like. That's running in the money for us. I can tell you, NEO has come back down, but not towards 11.75. I might start having to get more active in this with some smaller trades, but maybe let's up the share size because NEO, this tight range here in front of that 12.20, I want to be able to reload there, so I might get more aggressive in front of 11.75, take smaller scalps. But I'm going to keep it right here on HTBX. Another leg to the upside here. I'm going to take some out at 265. 275 will be the next level up as well. We got a nice 254 break here, guys. Shares on that name. Shorts in box L still working as well, but right now it's all about HTBX.
Okay, so we do take our Netflix short there, breaking through 489 there. Our average price, 49.50. So we'll see here. Netflix, I mean, this could tear our face off if this goes upside, but we'll wait to see here. Now, Netflix coming back to the downside right now. Just waiting on that one. NIO is going to be a good one. We are short 49.50. I have to kind of stay on this. That's 495 right there on the downside, but here we go. Netflix trying to be a breaker here. 489 downside, 491. There's not really an out here, and that's the problem. 494 maybe on an out if we have to. Would rather not take that, but let's see how far down this one wants to go. J&J also not really going. NEO is the one that's making the money for us right now, guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and say boo. It's a roller coaster ride for us as we're in the money on 3 positions right now, but we took our first hit of the day, and it's going to be on that APDN. And I did say I took a long because I like the potential breakout here. It was up 100% at one point, only now 50% or lower than that. We do like the short. I just can't do it right now. So we took the one long trade. We gave it to the low of the day. Structured trade. It didn't work out for us. I got no issues with that. We lost what we expected to lose, which is what you've got to kind of do here. But 3 things that are working for us. One of them is box sell. I want to get you guys back to that one. Retesting this bottom here at 375. I didn't get this reload at 4. That's the only reason I haven't taken some more shares out. If it doesn't break 375 in the next couple of minutes, I might take one more leg before 370. I like 365 as the next target to the downside as well. I can tell you NEO is working. I'm going to take some more shares out in front of 1180. That short we have here at 1206 current price. That's the money for us. HTBX trying to pull back to 260. I'm reloading at 250.
Yeah, we're going to take out a little bit here. Netflix is ripping upside here, but we'll wait to see if it comes back down to 491. We may take a little bit off. I'm very nervous there because we did cross that VWAP there, so we didn't get out, but giving it a little bit more space, like we said, probably 496-ish, which is that top right around here. We got to give it a little bit of space, but I do like Netflix to the downside. Like I said, though, before, the report was pretty bad. I'm actually surprised it's not down a little bit more than this, so hopefully we get saved a little bit here and get some out of this play. Space coming all the way back, so what a great reload that is. Back up to 23, so that's back into the money for us as well. So NIO, Space, and J&J now coming back up as well. We should have reloaded that one, but we got 4 positions on, and they're all pretty serious. So let's hopefully we get some downside movements happening very soon on Netflix, and we can cash out some of that profit. But I don't really have a target on the downside of Netflix.
I'm going to hit the Superman for box L here. This is what it's all about. Just got some shares out. You got the 70 break. It actually turned around at 69 there. Bit of an iceberg order, and I have something for that. Let me know what you think. Bit of an iceberg showed up there at 370, so I'm going to take some shares out of box L. We got that 390 short in front of 4 even. We talked about fading this one. If it breaks 420, you know we're going to take that long, but it's not in the cards as long as we continue to fade here.
You don't get much better than these NIO trades, guys. Average in, short, out, NIO running things right now. What up, Brendan?
A nice move here, guys, for Checkpoint Therapeutics. Another little one, CKPT, 50%. Look at the volume behind this move as well. $2 up to 250 on the daily chart. We're above significant levels now on CKPT. Going to check on this one. Haven't found the headline yet, guys.
I feel like these futures are crashing here, which they kind of are, and Netflix is just going up on me here. So yeah, not a good trade here so far on Netflix. Thank God we were able to get out of a little bit there at 491. I thought, you know, especially with these futures coming down, Netflix should be making that move, guys. So not really in love with this trade right now. We're going to get out if it goes above 496. What can you do on that one? But like I said, NEO right now, big trade alert on this one, guys. We're short 1191s with a bunch of averages in. So that's how you know that we take that big stick out, because a few averages in there and we're not playing around. So good little trade there on NIO to go. Space keeps trying to go, guys. We got a nice little reload down here at 22.51 out there just above that VWAP break. Let's see if we can't get back up here, guys. We're going to take some out if we get into the 20s again. Here we go. A nice little rip on Space right now. Virgin, good trade there. The only trade that's bad right now is Netflix. NEO, wow, still tanking, guys.
Yeah, NEO, nice trade. I got 1206 for my share still in here. I'm looking at 1150 as the next level down. We'll probably take them out in front of that price. Watch out for NCLH. I'm going to get out of HTBX if it breaks 250. But Norwegian, I don't want to get away from these cruise names. Pulling back into 15 quarter, initial move down. I missed out on the short the first time yesterday. I'm going to take a quick little short in front of high of pre-market anyways, 1540 here. So we'll take one. in and about the 15 quarter, adding to it in the 30s, looking at first target 15 and then a 15 break for more shares. So I like this one. We're going to see if we can hang on to it a little more successfully than yesterday's short.
Yeah, Netflix right now is the only one that's the problem, and it's not even that much.
That's annoying me because Netflix. No, go ahead, Brendan. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah.
Another vaccine-related name, guys. Smaller one, 40% here for VCNX, another pre-market big mover, fading this move back in. We already broke back below $8 here. This little high, 844. So any kind of bounce into 850, 875 might be worth a look. VCNX, guys.
Oh, Space, guys, a big win as well, guys. We'll hit Superman as well for that one. Space, a nice little trade, guys. Making a lot of money on that one. Also, NIO right now, guys. Bang! That's what you guys want. It's not really a roller coaster on this one. It goes up exactly what we said. My kill spot was up here at 1210. Did not happen. Average, average, average. Now we're going lower, lower, lower. And we also did tell you that, hey, mess with Goldman Sachs. Those may get burned. So here we go down to the downside here. It's not that every single one of their calls is what we have to follow, but look at this, guys. Goldman Sachs with the downgrade. We brought that to you. That is why, man, on my Twitter, I mean, how else is it better today for this little quote here on Twitter? Let's bump this up. Follow me here. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet, guys. Follow me at TraderTV, Sean. No better of an example than right now on NIO. We talked about that, we reloaded, and we banged this one out, guys. NIO, so happy with this trade. I mean, if you can't tell. Anyways, there we go. Netflix coming back down now. We have dumped 40% of our trade, unfortunately. Was very, very nervous about that one. No bids down here. Let's wait to see if we can crack through 485. Maybe that'll be my first bid. Here
yeah, I'm just going to line them up here, knock them down. I just took out my NIO in front of 1150. I'm playing break 50s. I'm playing pullback into 75 now. After these load-ins at 12 even, we gave you that pullback trade. I like multiple entries into the stock, and it's going to be 1150 next time through. Brennan, what do you got?
Alpha Pro Tech, guys, another vaccine-related, or not vaccine, but COVID-related name. They make face masks back to $20 here for APT. Big move up right at the end of the day yesterday. This is 3 o'clock yesterday. We tagged 2050, so doing some volume again today for APT, guys.
Come on, Netflix.
You know, that's a local name there. Alpha Protec, a Canadian company. I'm looking for that 1150 break. Look at the size on the level 2 on NIO. If it takes this out, NEO, if it takes it out, I'm going to be short. If it bounces it off this level, I'm looking for a pullback trade as well. So out in front of a key, if it doesn't bounce, we'll just jump right back in on NIO. You can see the demand of the sell side here as everyone's trying to catch it. There's the break. I like to see. There it goes. I just got some shares in there at 48. They just triggered into my blotter. So you want to see if it's going to pull back. First level I'm looking at is about 60 to 65. We already have 3 shorts on now. NCLH, Norwegian, BoxL, we still hang on to. Remember, if BoxL breaks at 420, you want to reverse to the long side, guys.
Oh, man, I completely forgot about that Norwegian. Okay, so, all right, good thing I forgot about it because I don't like the short at this level. I like it through 15. But NIO, same thing. I reloaded at 49 there. Let's see what happens now to the downside. Bang again. There it is. NIO, man, the dream maker happening today for us on this stock. I'll just keep going. Look where we're short, guys. I mean, now it's going to show 50s, but we were short here as 11s and 12s. So big trade on NIO. Keep going downside, guys. Wow.
Yeah, reloading some in BOXL, BoxL, of course, if you're following along with that one. As long as it wants to hold this top, I do have an order here in front of that 415, 417, 420 is where I'm going long. But I just reloaded a little bit. I'll add some more between 4 and 410. See if we can't run this back to the downside. You know where that long break is going to be. NEO here, I'm looking to take some out in the low 40s. First stop, Brennan, what do you got?
Here we go with the cannabis names again, guys. Afria here up 4.4%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row now to the upside for Afria on decent volume again, guys.
Netflix, bang! Netflix, we get that. Let's go. Let's keep going downside, guys. 486 is where we're waiting for that one. Cracks through, stops literally. We're waiting at 486.20. It goes down to 486.50. Maybe adjust that a 50 spot. We should have maybe put it there. We always wait for that, but Netflix back into the money side for us here. NIO moving upside, though. We have to correct that. Hopefully Netflix can continue that move down, guys, and we'll get that bid when we need it.
Yeah, I just got some. It was now the low of the day on NIO at 1141. Guys, check that. Look, he's going to show long on that board. That is not it's not correct. I am still short on that 1150 break. I did take some out at 1141, but I am not flat on that short trade. So if it comes back past like 1165, we'll have to take this trade off and look for another re-entry there. But NIO has been a fantastic one for us, and I apologize for jumping back and forth. NIO, NEO, It's an old habit,
the
it
same
dies
difference.
hard. But NCLH, we did round into this short in front of this little top here at 1540. Once we break back down to the teens, we'll look to take some off. Average price is about 23 right now. I'd like to see if we can't get it a little bit closer to the 30s, where I think it's a little bit better of a risk trade. But it didn't hang out here long enough to get me more entries in.
Oh man, like stop this. Netflix are pulling at my heartstrings here. We got to get this bid out. We need this thing to get back into 486 so we can get out of some of our shares there. It comes right down, man, to us, and we celebrate it, but we don't. It goes literally down to 42 there, and we don't get it. So right now, Netflix to the backside now, back upside. So Netflix not a winner. We did not get filled there at 486. Thought it was going to crash through 485. Does not. So now we'll wait to see. It's running right back up to VWAP. Possibly not a horrible spot to get back in right now. To NFLX, guys. 492, a nice little reload opportunity here. But it's kind of bullish today, Netflix. Should be falling down, in my opinion, even though we're down 6% and a bit. 493, 495 might be a kill spot, a decent spot to reload here on Netflix. What's up, Brandon?
Yet another vaccine name, guys. DVAX this time approaching 7.5% here, 950 up to 1050. We're at big time levels for this thing on a higher time frame. They're teaming up with Mount Sinai to work on developing an influenza vaccine candidate, guys.
Just noting there in the chat, guys, FRSX, I don't want you guys to miss this one. I know Brendan talked about it. I'm looking at it now at this sort of opening range, top 188, 190 or so. I'm going to roll into a short here at about 175 to 180 and then see if we can't turn that one around if it breaks 90s into a long trade. So we're going to jump into some shares here on FRSX for the first time today. I still have some box sell shares at 94. That looks like it's having trouble getting down towards the bottom, but a little bit of weakness as well on a pullback in FRSX in small cap world. Watch out for NEO. Last of our shares here. Pullback stop is going to be at 1165, like I mentioned.
Yeah, I'm getting out right now. NEO too strong to the upside here. We don't want to throw back our profits like we always talk about. So we are getting light right now on NIO right now. If it wants to crack again, then obviously we'll be in that. But we've just absolutely destroyed this stock today. No point in giving anything back. But we are giving some back here. No, we're not giving anything back. We haven't taken any winners. We are waiting for Netflix. It's coming back to the upside here. We're going to try to average in and then dump some here. 495.50, I guess, if it breaks, but maybe 495. On that side. We thought we had this stock going, and we did, and then it completely stopped on a dime, right, where we were literally at 486.20, guys. It stopped at 486.40 right there. We take another short. We'll try to get this one out at 490, but right now, Netflix, we need this one to start getting southbound for us. 495 is our breaking spot.
Yeah, and just watch out there. I got out of the NEO trade. I was looking at this Netflix, and what I started saying before we cut to Brendan, I'm frustrated because I had an entry that I liked, 504 to 510. I wanted to roll into that price range where I thought there'd be chop and then roll back out. It didn't quite break there. It got 503.59. So that's the only reason I'm not short. I did say I liked the short, but that was the conditions I wanted it in. At this point, you're looking to see if it can hold. I'd call it about 496 area. Forget about hard stops when you're looking at names like this. You can go with hard stops like NCLH, which I just did, and we're going to have to go with, I don't know, WTF on NCLH. 2 days in a row, I'm shaking out. But hopefully they'll mean because it's going to the upside and not a continuous downside move. But I'm watching to see if Netflix can hold and consolidate 95, 96. I'm going to jump in and short at that price using that 500 as an.
And the savior is in the building, and that is SpaceX. So we explode some money. Bang, SpaceX. Damn you, Netflix, but look at this go. Virgin Galactic heading northbound here. Look, in again, in more. Feed me. Let's just keep going upside here on Virgin. It just looks like it should be a nice little runner here for us. Virgin Galactic heading to the north side again, guys.
Yeah, we just got some more shares out of box L, so we'll slap shot that one. It just reloads in front of that 4 even. Now, I like catching on the way down, not the way up. It did make another retest at the high. You want to see it fail first. I'm not going to take shares until I see the failure. It did. I chased it all the way down to 90, 98 here, 96. Check that. Then we just got some out in front of 80. We'll take some more out in front of low a day, 370. If it continuously cannot break that 370,
here goes
just
Netflix.
Remember 420 is that level that you like to the upside. Brennan, what do you got?
All about the face mask makers today, guys. OPK, another one, 5% here, straight higher, $4 up to $4.25 already. Again, getting to significant levels on the daily chart as well for OPK, guys.
And can we not break for 2350? Come on, it's Virgin. Let's go. Let's break through 2350. We're long, hella long right now. 3 longs, bang, bang, bang. Everything going good, but we keep getting a little bit out here as it does not want to go. And Netflix on the reload, beauty out there. Reloaded at 93, out there at 89, but but we still have that 495 there. It turned into the money quite nicely for us, but we're still waiting for that downside move. I don't know if that's going to happen, though, guys. The market doesn't want to give it a push down, and even when it did, Netflix didn't go. So we're happy to get out of some there and just kind of lick our wounds on this name. I still think there's some downside, but it may not be as much as we had thought. So right now, Netflix, I don't know if this one's going to be a winner or not. It just keeps bouncing around here, looking to get maybe some more out at 489 if I can. But here it comes back down. I mean, I'd hate to dump it right here and then see that flush happen. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, waiting for something to happen. Our bid is at 486.70, so we'll wait to see that coming through. Hopefully we can get that, and then we'll be monstrous today, guys. There goes space. Just needs to break through 50. Please
watch out for
50.
HTBX about to take the top at 275. I'll catch that on the long. Also, if we get another pullback, we'll be looking at that as well. Already got that FRSX to the short side. We'll take some out in front of low of day since the open at least at 170, and then we'll take some more out in front of the previous close at 156. And if it breaks that, we'll be very, very happy. Right now, it's arrows down on a pullback. It's up 10% FRSX, but down since the pre-market, and we're going to continue to ride that train as long as it does. But coming up very closely is that HTBX will be long again through 275.
Guys, I mean, we just get a beautiful out there through 23.58 or 56, something like that on space on a nice break. So thank God for that one. NIO, we gave a little bit back there on this short because we did say it was making that march back up. We'll look to reload NIO later on. The trade that I've been in all day here is J&J. What's my price? 90s? I don't know. We'll have to wait to see, man. This has not been a successful trade. If it breaks back down here, 149.80, I think that's a decent spot that we sort of get out of some and then debate reloading or not on that one. But here we go, space giving 50 another shot, guys. We're waiting up here in the 80s to get out of some more. So that's going to be the target. And then we hold that and we go through 24. So right now, big time trades happening for us. We still do have this Netflix, man. This one's a little bit in trouble. It never wants to go. We could have got out again for a nice win, but I'm waiting for a little bit of a move downside here on NFLX. Let's see if that can happen. What up, Brendan?
Just watching Twitter, guys. Big time level here for Twitter. 35 coming into play. We had support throughout the afternoon. There's a little resistance as well yesterday, right around 35. So if we do fail here, it might get more downside for Twitter, but it is trying at the moment to hold on the support side above 35 for Twitter, guys.
Yeah, I got my order locked and loaded, ready to go on Twitter in the event of a break, but I'm seeing VWAP hold. I was waiting for something in closer to 95, 96 on Netflix. I'm going to get a little bit impatient if we hold VWAP and below it. I might take an early shot and risk maybe an extra $1 on that trade. Two shorts on. We got BoxL that's in the money, 20 cents. Of course, I'm looking for a little more than that on the last quarter of our shares. And of course, FSRX 178, we got that to the short side. It needs to break that 170 to take any more up. But here comes HTBX. We've been talking about this when we had one good long. We then took a reload, which we got stopped out tight on. Now we got another long side break at 275. If it heads to $3, I'll probably be all out if it gets there, as always, and then looking for re-entry points. Pull back into 265 will be in the cards for me at least. So HTBX again to the upside. You can't seem to stop some of these runners. Multiple breakouts on this name today. Let's see if the second one was as good as the first. Let's go.
Yeah, 149.47 here. We'll get out of some of these shares, unfortunately, here on J&J. We just took another little bit of a long. We'll see what happens here. This is really the problem stock, not Netflix. After all, it's more about J&J here. And I don't know why. I mean, this is not a trade that I normally take. I just noticed this strong here off yesterday's close. And then I thought I was being cool by trying to pick this little level right there. And we take that in the pre-market. Whenever I get hit in the pre-market, it doesn't seem to be a great idea for me, especially on big names. But we'll see. I mean, this can get back to 150 up here, and if it does, we'll be cash. But look at this, guys. Virgin. I mean, this is the one that we've been hammering. I've been hammering this all week. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this today. Now we're going to the upside again and again and again. So we still have these shares on, guys. 23.30, but that's just this average price. We also had it at 23, and then we averaged down here right at the bottom. That's how much we believed in it. Some people would have gotten out of their trade down here. We actually took more. So here we go, 23.50 upside on space. Maybe time to dump some, though.
Yeah, HTBX doesn't give me the pullback I'm looking at, so we're basically still even money on that 275 break. I wanted into the 65 range, it couldn't do it. Now here comes the entry I'm looking for, potentially Netflix in that 95, 96. See if it can hold this little top and then start to roll back over. It's a test of VWAP, it's a test of that 93. If it rolls, you're gonna jump into some shorts. Twitter just bounced off 35, so I am gonna get that break if it happens. I'm just watching here, was at 02s. Now we're back up to 7.8. I do think at some point it's gonna break that bottom, and we'll take the short only on the break of low a day on Twitter.
I'm wondering about 500 maybe on Netflix, guys. We'll wait to see. It is bouncing up here. We should have dumped that one earlier, but whatever. I mean, it's a hit, but we made so much money on Neo, and Space that whatever. We can give this back on Netflix, but we hate losing, so I don't know. If we break VWAP here, that's 493 again. That could happen, but it looks like it just wants to break upside. So that's that 495 level that we're talking about, and it looks like that's going to happen right now. So 495, there it is. So we get out of some of our shares there, holding a little bit now, but there's 495 break.
Yeah, 496 I have as a level. I'm actually going to slide into what I'm going to call a very, very tight stop short. I'm hoping this is a failed break. I did like it entering a range higher than this, but it's going to enter this range anyways, 92 to 96 that we mentioned. So I'm going to take the top end on Netflix, and it's not a big stop because the top end of that one for me is going to be that 96 channel, and I much prefer the other short. That would have been between 504 and 510. I'll take this one with a tighter stop just because I'm not as confident in that level.
Yep, okay, good. Yeah, a dollar stop might be tight on Netflix, but yeah, like you said, you got to be confident in your trades. And here it comes right to the upside as well. So I knew this was a little bit of a problem when we got into it, but no problem, really. We'll just watch that. That's going to be a loser on Netflix today. Didn't like the way that was trading anyways in the pre-market there, as we talked about live on the show. Alibaba is a name that we always look at as well, but look what's happening here. If you want to talk about a stock that I don't like, here's a perfect example right here. Alibaba, bounce, 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 doing absolutely nothing in this range right here. So Alibaba not making dreams come true today at all. We'll see if it does come down 245.45 here. There goes Netflix breaking that top 496. So our second try there, no good.
Yeah.
So now we got to look long, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to say quick fail. Watch. I'm still going to be looking at 504 to 510. I've actually been talking about that one with Kevin. I like that level. I'm trying to get pullback trades in HTBX here. A little more shallow, a little bit more of a shallow pullback every single time than what I'm trying to get into. So 65 never really gave you that move, but if it breaks down a second time through 270, you got to pay attention to the fact that this could be a bit of a fail. So you want room to be adding in front of 55 and 60. So I'm not going to dig in. If you catch the first pullback, great. I might look for a deeper one here into 65, but it's 10 o'clock, and I'll get back to Box L and FRSX after we come back from Brendan and happening now.
Hey guys, yeah, 30 minutes in the books already. Let's have a look at North American markets here. Pretty muted session so far, right across the board. Not a heck of a lot. We were talking about kind of grinding to the upside in the pre-market. A lot of that has been given back. You can see the NASDAQ back to basically break even. The Dow and the S&P still in positive territory, but only just. The Russell small caps doing quite nicely today, 0.3% to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.4%. Some of the energy names trying again today to get back to the upside, but not really doing a heck of a lot. I'll show you one in a second here. Down in Brazil, nice day for the BOVESPA, 1.2% to the upside so far. Air Canada, still weakness overall in the travel names. So if you're looking here in Toronto, Air Canada did kind of open flat to where we were yesterday, 1760 to 50. Nice little move down to 1720. So favoring that kind of sell side off of the open there for AC to the downside. Enbridge, yeah, we were mentioning some of the energy names trying to get going, but struggling a little bit. 41.85, 41.90 support here. We got above 42. It's trying to hold 42 right now for Enbridge. Just positive. Yeah, cannabis names really strong. Afria again today, 4.4% here in Toronto through $7 at the open. They're up to $7.20. Look at the volume behind this move as well. A lot of participation in the cannabis group so far, guys, for weed as well. Also doing quite nicely at this point, but overall market's kind of muted at this point on a Friday, guys. Back to you.
Okay. I said we'd talk about Box L when we came back. It just broke towards that low of the day. I was sitting in front of 360. Going to move that maybe a little bit tighter to 365 to get our last out here. It's been short the entire way through on Box L at around 395 is an average price. We're looking at those 15 to 25 cent wins overall on Box L. at least so far. Keep in mind, I do like that break still. As much as I've only been short, there is a long that I like, and you know what price that's at. I don't have to say it out loud for you, but FSRX was the other one I wanted to talk about. A bit of a base here at that low, 169. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take another leg off. I'm going to be adding to my short in the event of a 170 break anyway. So let's add more shares at 170, take some off so that we have a chance to be able to catch a bounce at 180 and reload into that short trade, guys. So that's what I'd like to change here in FSRX. I just watched NEO roll back over at VWAP. So it looks like it's holding that little bounce, at least so far, at 1170. I'll take a few shares in front of 1170, maybe with a tight stop, see if we can start range trading NEO. The volume is at 68 million already. I got to get more active to take advantage of as a day trader.
Yeah, we're short again on Netflix here, 492 after getting out 496 there. That was ridiculous, but anyways, falls right back down here off that futures fall. So I don't know if this is going to work again. We'll give it to 495 again on this Netflix short. Our J&J goes down in the bathroom there, takes a hit there. So we'll wait to see how far this wants to break. We'll flush ourselves down the toilet on that one. 140. It does break that bottom. We do get out, so that's actually a pretty good out considering where it is now. Now we're holding on to some light positions here on J&J. I'm still trying to give it at least probably to here a 149 break. That way we'll get back over here, but that looks like that's going to happen soon. So maybe 148.75 back down here. But we have been wrong here on J&J today. J&J and Netflix. But right now we're back into Netflix, a nice little $3 winner back, making some of that money back. My out is 488. Sorry. So we'll see 488.70 now to the downside here. If we can get that print, we'll take that and then we'll hold the rest. But 488.70 now $1 away. See if we can't get that for a nice little $3 win here on NFLX, guys.
On the radar again is going to be Digital Ally. If you remember from yesterday's action, if you're following along, we were trading that one rather heavily. It just put in what looks like a pretty firm bottom here at 330. Just sort of worth looking at yesterday's price action. Not a definitive level at that same price, but there was some support at 325 and then in the afternoon at 340. So the fact that we're bouncing off that level, I like it. It'll be a break to the short side off of that 330, but the first thing I'm going to try and do is go long in front of it. If that's going to be support, I'm going to play it on Digital Ally. A breakout on this name is probably not going to be until 375, so I'm not going to take anything in the middle. We're either long in front of 330 with a reversal or taking a breakout at 375, but Digital Ally looks like it's back on the radar today. We do have those three positions on BoxL and FSRX working for us. Pullback in HTBX, we just added once. I'm going to add again in front of that 250 to 255 mark at VWAP. So the break on this one I think might be on. We saw what some of these names can do when they really get going, and I now want to add Digital Ally back to that list. Brennan, what do you got?
Just watching Twitter, guys, we did hold here. 35 did hold as support. There was a little headline that came out there. Apparently they have identified a suspect now in the hack from a couple days ago, and a little bit of a note just talking about why Trump's account was not hacked during that attempt, guys. So Twitter's still holding 35 at this point.
Is the reason?
It's unhackable.
Say what that reason is? Why I'm surprised Trump never got attacked. I never even realized that. Yeah, why didn't he get hacked? Good point. Okay, Netflix right now. Just looking again. I canceled that order. We're gonna wait for this bottom to break out here, 486. So we'll put an order maybe 487. Hopefully that can happen. If not, we're gonna get out 495. So it was a winner for us, $3, $4, $5 in the money. But I was just looking for a little bit more on Netflix. I still think they could take this bottom out. It's gonna be a shame because if we keep bouncing around here, it's gonna unfortunately have to take me out, but we're going to wait on Netflix coming down to the downside here, but it does look like it wants to be strong today. Remember I said at the beginning of the day here, I said last Netflix earnings release, and again, this is what I'm talking about with preparation, and I'm costing it for myself, but I mentioned that it didn't do much last earnings release, and here I am just fighting these shorts. It's a couple winners, but really the big loser was getting out right here because we averaged in, so we'll have to wait to see if it comes downside, but I do remember Netflix being super choppy last time, and it seems to be the case right now. What's up, Ms. V?
Hey Sean, hello trading family, and welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to our channel and you will receive notifications when we are back on air. Also guys, we are less than 1,000 away from reaching 60,000 of subscribers. Please help us to reach that number and subscribe now if you haven't yet. Also, if you want to go beyond and support us even more, please join our membership. You can find join button on our homepage next to subscribe, or you can join at the link I'm sending on the chat. And guys, 1K likes is must have today. Please support, smash the like button right now, and if you haven't yet, I'll see you later and back to traders.
I like those must-haves. That's a good one. Yeah, we'd love to have that. Okay, space. Good thing we got out a majority of those trades. Okay, Brendan, what's up?
Foonware here, guys. Another one that's a recent mover. A couple of days ago, we were talking about this. Got all the way up to $2 and then faded the rest of the day. But big volume spike just coming in as we broke above 156 there on PHUN. Relative volume, the move here, guys.
You might have seen the timber come in. That was because BoxL takes out that 365. We got all out of this name. If you want to quickly, I'll quickly jump to the higher time frame so you can sort of see here. If 350 goes, I'm going to be taking that break into 320. Pullbacks into 390. I'm going to be shorting those. 420 break. You know what's going to happen there. We're going to be triggering long. But right now, it's only south side action on BoxL, and we're going to stick to it as long as it happens to work for us. You stay with the trend. The trend is your friend. We know all about that, guys. I do want to quickly jump back over to that APDN. I got stopped out at the bottom, and we show you our winners, we show you our losers. I gave this one to low a day, and I sort of told myself, well, you extend this, allow it to break the low and give it a couple of extra cents. I tried to give it more room, but you have to have a stop. I have one. It ends up burning me because it made the move back to 15. So, you can have a good read, but if you don't have the price action and the right calls in terms of where to put your stop, how to engage the trade, just because the directional call was right doesn't mean you can make a win there. But it is trying to take out that low again after failing at 15. If we get the locates, I'd be shorting in front of 15 with a break at that price to the long, and then looking to see if we can take out the bottom. So I'm going to check in again to see if they're available. I'm not sure they will be. I'm adding shares in HTBX, and NEO looks like it's about to take out 1150 to the downside. I was kind of hoping Twitter would take the bottom and I could short that.
I was actually just going to say that about NEO. Yeah, unfortunately, we did get out of NEO a little bit here on this upswing, but yeah, we should have still been short this. Short. We did go long here, got out for flat, went long again, got out for flat. So when the long doesn't go, I'm not taking that. Now we're coming right back to the bottom. Darn it, we should have held that one. Netflix has been bouncing around me. Like, Netflix just once again, guys, went into the money $4 for us, and we did not take it. So that 489 seems to be a bounce spot for us right now. It needs to crack that, go lower. We're waiting at 487 and change. So let's see if we can't make a 550 winner or so on Netflix to make back some of what we've given back on this name. So right now, Netflix trying to make that bottom. It's bounced a couple times off 489. I'm debating actually taking some out 489, but we'll wait to see here if it comes down below. I don't want to average into it because we've been wrong. If it's a name that I'm really reading properly, then I would have had no problem taking this to the short side, but it's just bounced too many times, and I've been wrong on it too many times today. So Netflix breaking through 49 is great. We're going to wait right here at 47 and then see what happens to the downside here, because I still think, man, 41, 42, 43 is definitely in the cards. We're already down there today, so let's just get this cracking. Let's see if we get some 47s right now. We're getting elevated a bit here as it's starting to go. Nile breaks the bottom as well, guys.
I want to shout out to Jarhead here. He held on to that trade in APDN. Great job there getting that little winner. And Rumble in the jungle action. I'm looking at this name. I do like this trade if you can catch Rumble through about a 25, 65-ish break. I can't go short on it, so it's only going to be long trades into 28. Pulling back, I want to see if 21 can hold. I like that long as well. But I also got to get to Brennan. He's waiting patiently. He's got something for us.
Yeah, one from the volume list, guys. Marathon Petroleum here. So there's Marathon Oil, which is MRO. This is MPC, Marathon Petroleum. Big volume spike there as we got up to 39.50. Big time reversal, though, right back down through 39. Significant resistance up here if you go out to a daily time frame for MPC. Guys.
All right, enough is enough. We take a $4 winner there on Netflix. We've just seen it break too many times down here through 49, but that's the patient game, guys. We waited for that to happen. It did not go down to the 487 that we wanted. It stopped at 488, so we got out 488.69 there. Still holding for half right now. Short Netflix, 492.16. We were short this whole day. Like, it's just embarrassing because I was short here. All of these would be in the money right now. But unfortunately, the chop fest that is Netflix today killed us. So we'll wait to see if that one wants to come in. We did take that through the bottom here, 1140, but we went very, very light. I literally took maybe 20% of what we had in the open here. So right now, very, very light on NIO. We're going to have to give this one up to 1172 this time, which is right here. That's sort of the spot that we were messing around with before. I'm going to give this one all the way to 1172. Average in all the way up to that spot. That's why we're light. And then we'll refigure that out when that does happen. I'm still looking for a huge Netflix flush, though, guys.
Sometimes you got to dance it off, and waited patiently for that 35 rollover on Twitter. We got it. It's headed towards the low of the day. I did take some out the first 10-cent move there on a 35 break. We got slipped to 98. The next leg will be out in front of low of day. That's 34.80. When that breaks, we'll see how far we're going to go and hang on to half the position through that price. That's how we like to scalp. We like to let you know what our price action is, where our targets are going to be, and we got a winner on. And again, yeah, you could have had this above VWAP. I just wanted to make sure we're headed southbound on Twitter and not get a little bit overzealous with that just because I wanted to be short the name. I didn't want to be chasing it too far. One other thing we have to get to, and a big one today, was, of course, NEO. Let's go to the big board for some upgrades and downgrades with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll talk about some upgrades and downgrades, get you a few more names to look at throughout the session today. NEO obviously downgraded with Goldman Sachs today. We talked about that, so not on here, but I'll show you a couple of these. Dover, an interesting move off of the open this morning, coming back a bit, but was up about 2% for that name. Everything else on this side, not terribly exciting. Bilibili and Citibank to the downside. We've traded Bilibili on the show many times before, and Crocs with a downgrade today. Nice gap to the downside for CROC. Bilibili here did give you a flush off of the open, 42.50 down to 41.50. We're back in this range now. This 42 area held right at the end of the day for support for that one. I can have a look at BILI. That is not the right chart. That's still Enbridge in Toronto. But yeah, Crocs, another one moving to the downside today, guys, after a downgrade. Back to you.
Okay. I did want to, before we forget here, guys, much love and respect, Reginald Laval. Thank you so much there for that. We love our members, and thank you for joining in, man. This is what keeps this community strong. I see some people saying, why become a member? Well, how about just supporting us? We're doing this every single day. You find me another show, and I don't care, put the link on the chat there, that talks like we do, that breaks things down like we do, that has educational channels like we do, and that's free. So yeah, but show me that, and we'll do that.
I don't want you guys to waste your time. I'd rather we sit here.
I want them to. I want them to waste their time because I'm not getting heated here. I'm just so proud of what we have here, and I think that's very important, guys. Try to support us if you can. Show your love. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're not comparing ourselves to other people. I mean, every other show has their own thing, and that's fantastic. I
like this here.
I think what we have is special. That's all.
Yeah, look, it really is, and I just want to let you guys know a couple of new positions here. One of them going to be that digital ally, of course. I did mention Twitter. It is bouncing back to the upside. I will short more in front of 35 if it gets again. But here's Digital Ally breaking through the top. I'm reloading. You can see my order if it gets down to 370, 368. I want to catch a pullback trade. But now adding to the breakout list is going to be DGLY.
Yeah, like, and here goes Niall, guys. I mean, and again, this is part of what I'm talking about. We're not going to go on any rants or anything. But I told you we were light up here and we were going to average in, right? So, I mean, here we go. It's like spoon feeding trades. Bang, bang, bang. And then we get out right now. So, I mean, there you go. NIO, big time win again on a big amount of shares because we're reloaded. So let's wait to see what happens here now to the downside. But guys, really, really happy. Thank you so much. Look at these members. Bang, we hit the cowbell for you guys there. All I need to do is go a little crazy and we get a few new members here. Thank you so much, Brombo, loving it, Alexander, loving it, and you started it all, Reginald, so thank you so much, and a few of our big-time members. We do have Jarhead coming back on, and to say we don't love you guys, that's another thing. We're giving all of our viewers an opportunity to be in front of 60,000 subscribers, 5,000 viewers, and this is obviously replayed on YouTube. So there you go, guys. We're giving love to everywhere. And I'm also giving some hate to Nio because we continue to go downside. No crybabies here. Let's take out some of this profit. This is a big winner. Also, Netflix is a big winner as well right now. Hopefully, Netflix can break through 46. Let's go. Brendan, Valeria, whoever. Let's go.
A recent mover, guys. Orogenics back on a volume list here. OGEN on the NYSE Exchange, 7%. Just popped up as we had that spike through 120. So day highs and huge volume spike for OGEN, guys.
Just took more shares out of Twitter here. You can see it hit that bottom at 34.80 or so. So I took the next leg out. We're still holding a little bit more than half of our position on the 35 break. I want to see if we can take out that bottom. I don't want to be adding at that price. I'll add on a pullback and a pullback only. Otherwise, let's hang in on Twitter and see how far we can go down. I want to see us take out that low. Caught a little bit of a bounce play in HTBX here. Again, I did say we'd be trying to add some shares here on VWAP. So we have a couple of legs after getting wicked out on our first reload. we'll see if we can't avoid that problem the second time through. I mean, if it wants to break out $255, not $25, $255, we'll definitely be taking this one out, or at least lightening the load on that trade. I do want to get back to Digital Ally. There hasn't been a reload in this one for me. But we are going to go ahead and see if we can't catch something in the 65 range. You'll see it wick down to that price and bounce off my order. Maybe I'll have to wait for it to come down and get aggressive. Instead of being passive, if it pops down into the 65s, I'll just remove liquidity from the offer. A couple of times now, it'll bounce off your sitting bid and you miss the trade. I don't want that to happen again in Digital Ally, so we'll see if we can't be aggressive on that one. And RMBL, I think we're going to be able to get those locates there. I want to check back in on that one. I know you guys have been trading it heavily. I like to be able to go both directions, even if I like to break out long. I want the ability to short.
Let's go, Netflix. Come on, Netflix. This is what we've been waiting for. Now we get elevated now because Netflix, finally, we've been pounding the table. I mean, and yeah, Reginald, thank you for all your nice comments here. Glad you're loving it. But look, short, 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 short. And now we go. Let's go, Netflix. This is what we're waiting for, man. I don't know. I cannot believe this didn't happen the first or second time we had this. We had big amount of shares in here, guys. So unfortunately, it's happening now, but whatever. We'll take it when it does happen. And it looks like Netflix finally trying to break this. We'll see. Now that it's broken, feels silly getting out now, but we'll wait to see 483, 484, maybe on a downside. And also, if NIO goes, we would be huge. And there's the floss action right now. Look at these reloads, guys. I can't tell this to you enough. I break this trade down for you, and now we cash out right here. Welcome, Zachary. Welcome, everybody. Let's just go through the list here. Welcome, Chris. You're already a member. Bang, there it is. Free live stream. There you go. Zachary, what up? Joseph Mendoza, you're always the best. You know that anyways. Let's just keep going on this one. The Brahma Bull is right here as well. Let's just go, guys. Thank you for all the love and the support. This has been a fantastic day. Come on, Netflix. This is a $7 winner on board right now. 28 cents right now on NIO. Your boy is back, guys. Let's get heated.
Yeah, nice little short here in VRSX. And again, I talked about this one. I like some of these slower moving trades that you have on a name like this in front of 180. We grabbed shares at 178, first leg out in front of 170. It just got to that 160 mark, so I'll take another leg out here, still holding 40% of the position. Next move down will be the previous close at 156. If we can catch 20 to 25 cents on the second half of this, I will be very, very happy with it. What I love about this trade is while you're trading a few stocks that are moving faster, your HTBXs, some Digital Allies, some Twitter, you can hang on to this one because you got the trend, and it's easier to manage multiple positions if you got different styles. So I like this one. There's no reason to take any more off. I'm waiting patiently for these dumps and for some nice reload opportunities. So FRSX, one of my best names today. Just don't have to be very vocal about it because it's a nice little one that we're flying to the downside. Next target, 156, guys.
Okay, your boy is here on Box L right now as well. So we finally getting into this name right here. We take some off right there for 6 pennies. We are short now 60s. Oh, sorry, we got out 55s there for a little bit. Let's see if 55s break. We're back into Box L. And man, are we on fire right now. Let's go Netflix to the downside. This is what we've been saying, guys. I mean, follow me to the promised land and I'll take you there. Netflix coming down. Short, 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 short. Breaking days low right now on Netflix. So let's just keep this guy going on for as long as we can. I don't know how far we're going to go down. I'd hate to miss the bottom here. What are we looking at here on a longer time frame? 480, 482. Let's put our order right around here, guys. I'll take this winner out if we can get it 484. We'll take a nice little $8 win. Maybe it can go even more than that. Not sure what to do here, but 484 and change. Not horrible for Netflix considering how bumpy it's been. Let's put our order at 484, guys.
FTR or HTBX, if you're looking for 255, you basically just got it there. You want to make sure it holds this low. That was that 250 area. It's trying to break. The first time I got wicked out when it broke 50. We want to see if it can hold it again. Let's see. We loaded up in front of the 60 range. I have one entry in front of 50, but it's going to be another stop out. It was a great breakout trade. I don't want to give it all back, but you got to at least test some. I like this one on the bullish side. I have 1, 2, 3 long trades on. I got a couple of shorts. The shorts are working much better. But there hasn't been a reload in Twitter, and the futures are very sideways here. And I think this is one thing that we talk about over and over again. We talk about futures as an indicator. I think without breaking down towards 3,200, it might be hard for Twitter to take out that bottom. So I am watching the futures as well. Speaking of that, coming up a little bit later on today, we're going to talk about trading the futures, the risk profile. If you are trading the futures, we talked about with Arun this morning. He gives his levels, but we're going to drop some knowledge coming up at about 11:55. When we drop that a little bit later on in the show, you want to make sure you let us know how it goes. If you want us to cover a topic, drop a comment, throw it in the chat, tweet at any of us. Every single one of these are usually suggested by you guys, our viewers within the community. Here comes another one on those futures a little bit later on today.
I mean, look at this, guys. Thank you so much again. I guess you guys love the energy and you love the passion. That's why I'm here. Look at this. Matthew Mullins, thank you so much. Juan, thank you so much as well. Zachary as well there. NBR, yeah. We'll see that. Elizabeth, great little call there. You love space. That's fantastic. So do I. It's been great little stock there. We've made a lot of money together on that one, and obviously you were on that early. So good job for Elizabeth. And there we go again, guys. Sharing the love with everybody. Boxel. This is what we have on, guys. Boxel Monster winner. Well, not Monster. It's a winner. Well, we'll hold it. Netflix. That's what I meant. This is $6 in the money right now. Nio's Bang! That's another one. It's a home run. Didn't even realize how low NIO is going here. We are here, guys. Lots of big positions on right now. Space comes all the way back. We're in the money on that one. But NIO is my biggest stock by far today. I told you guys. Look on Twitter, guys. It's my quote of the day right here. Follow me on Twitter. Success. Hey, my son. Hey, which one's my son? Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Here it is, guys. I gave this one to you. I told you we'd be shorting NIO. Short. I'm going to tweet this chart out. What a beauty of a chart, Brendan. Everything moving for us right now. This has been a fantastic day. Let's just keep this party going, Brendan. Take it over for now, but don't be too long.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's jump into it. Yeah, Neil, a great opportunity today when you see that that velocity to the downside in the pre-market on a downgrade from Goldman. Great opportunity there. FRSX 7.6% still. Neil just touched on this one. Pretty sleepy trade. Not much to do. 185, 190 to the top side. This is 175. Mark that off because if you go to the daily time frame, this level right here, very obvious on the daily time frame, 175. So we are now below that 175. Volume already trying to kind of dry up a little bit on that one though. Boxel, yeah, we talked about 420 up here. I was going to short this thing to the moon today, but 420 definitely the line in the sand. We're at 350 now, so great opportunity on Boxel. Lots of executions, lots of volume and liquidity. Love that first red day. Wanted to mention that 3-4 days to the upside. Love that first red day on the short side. APDN, I had offers up here at 15. Didn't get hit at the open there, but great move down to 1250. Yeah, 15 down to 1250 on APDN as well. Guys, back to you.
Netflix. Let's just keep pushing Netflix to the downside here, guys. This is a $7 winner. Oh, yeah, and by the way, that's why we hit the air horn. Look what's happening right now. I don't even have time to tweet out these winners, guys. Hit the air horn, hit the alley-oop. We're making that cash, guys. This is what happens on days like today. You hit that trade, and you just go bang, bang, bang. Fridays, we love Fridays, but we also don't love Fridays because that means we cannot trade tomorrow. But right now, NIO, a little bounce off 11. Look at this out. 1106, 1103. We're holding very, very small now. NIO with the dream trade, right, guys?
Yeah, still only taking shares out on Twitter at the low of the day here. We got to reload up to that 35. We said we're going to be patient with Twitter. I want this pulling back. I'm not going to take breakouts to the bottom. I was only going to take that pullback trade. So in front of 35, we'll grab shorts. In front of low of the day, we'll get out. Next stop, when we take 34.75, we'll see how far it can go down. It's been a nice one over here in Twitter to the south side, and we're going to continue the party as long as it goes. Brendan already mentioned that FRSX that we're in the money on here, but I want to go back to Rumble, a little Rumble in the jungle action. Tries to break the bottom, does not, so forget about that 21.50 area break to the downside. It looks like we might go bullish on this name. Break at 25.50, 25.70 in this area, potentially the upside. I'll take that shot. In through the high in the pre-market, which would be 28 even or so. That would be where my take profit would be, and the target. Otherwise, I think that 28 would also be a breakout, further breakout if it gets there. So watch now Rumble 25 to 25.50 on the break.
Watch out, yeah, Rumble. Watch
Love
out
that
NIO
name.
right
I don't even know if it is Rumble. It's just RMBL. I don't know what the company name is.
Okay. 11, yeah, we'll find out for that. 1106, 1107 right now. We're focused on NIO, and we are also focused on a $7 winner right now on Netflix. I still think we break. I did put a bid in here, 481, all the way to the downside. Let's see if we can't capture a smooth 10 spot on this one. Biggest win since we traded Tesla. I've taken 10. I think I took $18 on Netflix the other day, but I just short. shorts. Nice little run here. Let's see about Netflix. I will be tweeting that out, guys. Follow me soon if you can. We just got out some more at 11:03. That's a banger for sure. We're waiting on BoxL. We did take a little bit out there for 5 cents again. We swing a big stick, so we're not waiting around for anything. We can't average into some of these trades. And again, depends. Trade your book, guys. That's why we have to make sure that you understand that how we're trading is going to be different than from you, because I have different shares than Brendan, than Neil, and so on and so forth. So you all got to sort of trade the way you are. S&P here bouncing off 3,200, guys.
Yeah, watching that rumble, I just took some more shares out at what is coming like a pretty easy trade to scalp, to be perfectly honest with you, within Twitter. Every about 10 cents or so, you run into resistance, so you take it out. The next level, it goes down. You're looking for a pullback at some point to get back in. I don't see any reason not to rinse and repeat. I still actually have a little more than half my position on in Twitter. That's because we did catch that reload. We wanted to short through one particular price. That would be the retry at 35. Nice little pivot. If it does come back up to, I'd call it in the low 90s, I'd take another shot there. I'll just get out of it if it ever breaks 35, even. No reason to hang on too dearly to that trade. So Twitter to the short side. Digital Ally gave me the pullback trade, so I like this one in front of VWAP. It's going to see if it can't round out to about 350 or so to that long one. It hasn't broken far past that initial 375 break, so you're looking at a 4 even target for the first amount of your shares on that long trade. FS or FRSX, don't really have to go too far into that, but I'm looking at reload in Twitter. It's not giving any kind of a pullback to give it to me. And the reason is because we talked about 3,200 in the futures. It just got there. That's why we got this winner on in Twitter. Brennan, what do you got?
A lot of pharma names moving today, guys. Yeah, futures coming in a hurry here. ALNA, another one here, 20% to the upside, just popping up. Again, volume coming in on this thing as we take out day highs. So ALNA, 20%. No significant headlines on really any of these, just a group thing. But ALNA, another one to look at, guys, moving higher today.
Okay, we're going to get out of our Netflix rate here, guys. It's bounced too many times. There it is. Bang! Nice little $5 winner. Could have had 7, but we get out at 487 there off that trade. Again, I normally, guys, follow me on Twitter. Normally, I'm tweeting these plays out as we go. It's just been too busy, too much risk on today right now, and just everything moving around. We're going to take more short, though, if it does break through 485 one more time. So I just want to dump that just in case we get going back upside here. It's consolidating. This is how I trade, guys. When you see this consolidation now, we got to dump some. It could be a mistake. We'll get back in the rate now, hopefully, on this break to the downside. There it is. We go short again. Netflix on a 485 break. Let's go, guys. Now we'll get this out 483. Here we go. That's why we reload, guys. Hopefully it can pay off.
Yeah, if Rumble takes out this VWAP 22 area, I'm probably going to jump into a short. I maintain that I like the break if it takes out of this range. Inside, I'm probably not going to be playing it here between 22.50 and 25 even. I want to break out of this consolidation to make a play, and I can go either direction, and that means that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Scalp trade probably for the first dollar of it down into 21, and then want to see if it can get down to that 19.50 area. Both directions remain in play for me on RMBL now that we've actually paid for those locates, and we trade with Day Trade the World here. I understand not everybody might be able to short this name. We can go ahead and do that. That's why I'm able to put that trade on to the short side. But it's still a bracket order essentially for me through 25 and then 22 even on RMBL. I can tell you that we're about to get some more shares in Twitter in front of 35. So it's been a rinse and repeat action for me. Here. Now that we're in the 90s, I'll jump back in again, try to get some 93s, 94s hopefully on a re-entry into Twitter.
Yeah, we're still, I don't know, Neil, are you short NIO? No, right? Or yes?
I actually covered my shorts.
We were all short NIO here today. Thank God we're still holding this one. Just wasn't sure what the targets were for the downside here. I'm just getting out on the way down. This has been obviously a monster stock so far today. It just keeps on going, guys. NIO, BoxL 375. We're going to get out again. Like I said, we trade too many shares to be averaging into this one all the way up. 375 is going to be our kill spot on that one. But right now, NIO 72 cents in the money. Let's get some more out here, guys. This is just a monster. Reload on NIO, guys. Hit us up on the chat. Follow me on Twitter. Send me a message if you were short with me on here. But I definitely got to tweet this out so everybody can see why we were short, where we were short, and why we reloaded, guys. Look at this one. What a trade, what a trade.
Yeah, and we get in again in Twitter, and the first thing it does, it just slides right in the money for you. Look, it's getting rather easy every time it bumps up into this 90 range. The more times it does this without breaking the low of the day, just file it away, and then eventually I'm probably going to have to tighten up my stop and then just get out, break even. But as long as the trend is here, and as long as it gives me this range to be able to play in, as a day trader, I'm going to take advantage of it, just sitting here on the bid, get some out at 82, and it's like, it takes your net on Twitter to the moon. You're not really doing a heck of a lot, except noticing a pattern and taking advantage of it. And like I said, it's important to note, if it consolidates in this range, 95 down to 75, at some point, you can't just sit there holding the entire thing, trying to get the bigger move down. You're taking profits in and out, and I'm going to make that break at 35 even. It might turn into a long at some point if it forms a hard bottom. Hasn't happened yet, so keep making money on that short trade while you can.
Yeah, and still holding. What's up, Brandon? I'm just making this tweet, guys. What's up? Look at Niall.
Just
wow.
taking out day highs here on decent volume. mRNA breaking up towards 87. This level up here on the daily chart, closer to 90, but volume coming in here on Moderna. We mentioned the EU-related news today on some of the bigger vaccine makers. So Moderna on the move, guys.
Just going to jump back into Moderna in a second. FRSX is about to break down to that 160. When it does, I'm going to be taking some more shares out on that one. We've been in that trade in the money the entire time here, but you have to jump over to Moderna, and it is marching towards this level here. 89 or so was a big resistance point. If it breaks through, I mean, it's kind of the breakout that I might have to have, but you know what I'm usually going to do on a parabolic move that runs into a support level, so a resistance level? I'm probably going to take a shot at that short. And look, I need to see it roll over through that price. If it's consolidation 89, I'll take a shot. Otherwise, it's a breakout through 89. I saw 89 quarter, so maybe give it some room through 89 even. But Moderna on the run once again. One shot I'll take at the short. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be a long side bias.
Okay, we're still waiting for Netflix to go down here as well. 484.70. We're waiting at 483. It does go to 484 even there when we first took the trade on that break. But we're going to give it up to 488 and change right now. And NIO, guys, what a party. We just did tweet that out, guys. It's actually National Emoji Day today. So we put on here Emoji Day. And there it is, guys. Nice little trade. You can see 6 direct messages already. I answer all of them. So if you do want to send me something about trading, anything like that, let me know. Lots of followers here. We're making that march. Let's see if we refresh here. 4725. Let's see if we can't get to 4,800 today. Also Instagram as well. Brennan first. Okay, Brennan, what up?
Yeah, a little note on Bloom Energy, guys. Big mover over the past couple of days on hydrogen news. They're moving into the hydrogen fuel space. Looks like the Southern California picking up the company's fuel cells as well. So BE up again today, 5.5%, guys.
What's up?
I think we got Valeria. What's up, Valeria?
Thank you, Neil. And hey, guys, I would love to thank you and welcome everyone who joined our membership. We really appreciate your support, and we're happy you joined the family. Also, guys, yeah, you can find join button on our homepage or the link I'm sending on the chat, and you can join the family also. And update on subscribers number. We are now at 59.2k subscribers, so we're very close to 60k of subs. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. And of course, smash the like button. 700 likes. We are 300 away from 1k likes. Let's go, and back to traders. I'll see you later.
What's up with everyone taking my stuff? That's a good one though, V. You can take that for sure. Let's go, and let's go for a lot of these trades today, guys. I just keep pounding it out here on NIO. We're out basically of everything. We will get out of the rest breaking through 11, but we're short at 11.56. It's been a monster trade. What a great way to end the Friday with a little bit of dance action off here. NIO, huge. We continue to be huge. The biggest trade of the week for me here by far. NIO just continues to cash. What a cash cow that one's been today. We'll get out of the rest at 11 for 56-cent winner, but we will get out there and then reload based on what happens next. But wow, what a great trade NIO's been, guys.
Yeah, watch out for Moderna here. I'm taking my first shot at this one. It's going to be a south side trade here. We talked about that 89 area. It is testing it. We'll take this one shot at a short. Right now the high is 88.30. 89 was the level I saw on the daily chart. So we can probably add one time at about 88 even, and then see how far this one wants to head to the southbound if it can get going. It is going to be a break, I think, at that 89 price. Just looking at the daily, looks like a nice breakout price for me. Twitter could finally take out that 35, guys. This is why you rinse and repeat and load up. Get shares in, get shares out, just in case it breaks the upside. You've made your money, so you don't need the bigger move to be profitable on the name. I think if you're day trading in a range like Twitter usually does, So you got to know the stock that you're trading. 20-25 cents is good on that name, so you make sure you're taking at least in and out half. But Moderna for me, here comes our next shot, rolling over here in front of 88. This will be my second entry. It'll be a long break at 89 if it does happen, but after fading it earlier in the week and having what was actually my best trade of the week was on Moderna, fading the initial news, let's see if we can't try again. A little bit of a different story because it's not off the open and it's in front of the parabolic move to the upside, but we're taking our shot here.
Okay. We just get blown out of 2/3 of our position here on Netflix. We went small just in case that move was bigger than we thought it was going to be. But good out there on Netflix. Made a lot of that money back off of this short all the way to the downside. So, but there's that last short trying to make that home run down to 481. Doesn't happen. So we get out there. Well worth the risk. That's a $3 risk to try to make a little bit more. But now we're coming back up to 490. Not a horrible spot to look at. What up, B?
A couple of price target increases today, guys. ABT, Abbott Laboratories, nice looking daily chart. A few days in a row to the upside now. We had a big move aftermarket yesterday. Again, this is kind of COVID related, virus related. They have some deals, multiple deals in place for work on a COVID-19 vaccine, guys.
All right, here we go back to the upside right now on Netflix. I'm going to go long, I think, and then just use this as another out, 487 or so. We're going to go long. Netflix breaking through 49.25. 489.50, I think, on Netflix. NIO, though, rejects that 11 mark. So we still are in this short, guys, just to give you guys an update on that play.
Sean, math is fundamental. I'll catapult myself for making a little bit of an error. Look, I'm trading in and out of shares on Twitter, so I didn't actually have my full default when it broke my stop. I ended up swinging into a long trade because of that. My stop order a little bit heavier than the position I had. So I'll just get in out and pay some spread. And we're going to be honest about what happens here. So I'll pay a couple of cents for that mistake. It is what it is. You got to double check your orders when you're doing that kind of scalping to ensure that your stop orders for the amount of shares you got when it goes to that price. But we did get that little out there at 81, which made us some money. We got another 10, 15 pennies out of that trade. And then you just pay back that 2 or 3 cents. It is what it is, but you don't want to hang on to the loser. Now, hopefully it's not going to be a loser in mRNA here. We just got our first leg out on that short at 817 here for a quick 50-cent scalp. Now, I did get a few more shares initial entry. I took some off because I wanted to make sure I got a better price. So I got in and out basically flat here, knowing that I wanted to load up at a better price. It was a very snap decision. That's why you'll see that execution out on the bid for flat. If we break 87, next leg down, we'll get a $1 win. The second half of the position we're holding for this little push back into 86. I'm not going to be too greedy in thinking we'll get a VWAP retracement, not on positive news like this. It's already up 6%. I'll take the win if I can get it through 87. Let's see if we can't catch that break. Got to 50, looking for the buck. Then we'll hopefully get that $1.50 on Moderna. Not as good as we had earlier in the week, but that was a different set of conditions. It was a rollover right off the morning, which gave you a much bigger win, obviously, than this parabolic move staying in front of the train.
Yeah, you shorted Moderna, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. You know me.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I was looking at that. It looks like a nice little short here, maybe even a retracement back to 85. So that should be good. We are right now, I mean, look, we're back and forth on Netflix. I just keep making these plays back and forth and around. It's not this current position right now, though, 489.50 on this break upside. I still think we can get back to VWAP here, which would be about a $2 winner. I'd love to get it back out 494, 493. So we'll wait to see if that can go. That'd be nice. We still do have that rollover on NIO as well, rolled over from this VWAP. We're going to give it all the way back to 11 and then change course. I think this is probably down a little bit too much right now. What's up, Brian?
2 days in a row here, guys, from Microvision, MVIS, but just failed again at $3. So we came down, held 3 as support. From beneath, though, not so much. We failed at 3 as resistance here, so might be running out of steam for Microvision, guys, MVIS.
Come on, Boxel coming to the downside again, and we're just catching that in. We just get some out there at 52. We are short 60 on Boxel here.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a few more shares out here on mRNA. Basically, at the same price as the initial look. So we get the 50-cent win. We get the $1 winner right down here, and then it turns around on us. So I do want to be able to reload in front of this 88. I'll slide my stop from the high of day, probably to that 88 level, and then reload with a tight stop in front of it, see if it can't make a secondary push. We're going to roll with house money here, and this is why I lighten the load, so I can make this secondary play. It'll seem like a tight stop, but that's because I don't want it to take out that high, knowing that I got another level to work off of at 89. Brennan, what do you got?
Novavax, guys, we talked about it very, very briefly in the pre-market. Up still, yeah, 17.5%. It was Wainwright with an upgrade on this one today. Another one vaccine-related. NVAX here having a nice day, guys. Not very volatile, but just kind of a nice trending move now at 142 for NVAX.
All right, we're long 49.50 right now, trying to get up 491 here on Netflix. As we discussed it, right ahead of that VWAP, it does go up there. We didn't have an order out, so there we go. Should have had that order out, and we would be out right now. But we're going to wait to see if that does come out again. 491. We'll see if we can get that out. That was the spot I just talked about, but unfortunately, I didn't put an order out. It goes right up there, and then we take that. And there goes NIO. Discipline reigns supreme here. Our biggest stock of the day, probably the biggest stock here. NIO right now. Nice little profits taken on this one. What a great trade that's been. Wow, size alert everywhere right now on NIO. Both sides here looking to go downside, though, defending that 11, guys.
Yeah, we got the reload in MRNA. You'll see me take it out if it gets to that 87 again. I'm really glad I stayed in my lane. And NVAX, you can short a parabolic move in that one. My history not as good as when I try the shorts in Moderna. It is headed back down. We got this reload here in front of 88. We talked about tightening our stop up. We're going to see if we can get some out in that 87 range, and then we still maintain a target, ultimately a down here at 86 if we can make that kind of retracement to get $1.50 to almost $2 on that trade. But right now, it's already 10:40. Wow, time does fly. Let's go to Sector Watch with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, sector time. Let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. Overall, the market really not doing a heck of a lot. As you can see, we are red, but just barely down 0.12%. Let's figure out why here. Healthcare stocks standing out front and center as strength. So big time strength coming from the healthcare equipment makers, specifically some of the pharma names as well. We've mentioned a few on the vaccine side. Mylan here 2%, Pfizer's up 1.5%, BIO, IQV, BMY, just to name a few, up more than 1%. So some of the pharma names and all of the equipment makers doing quite nicely outside of UHS here, and HCA to the downside about 1%. That is where the strength is coming from. If I flip over to this side, banks are weak today. So offsetting that, State Street, that was an earnings name, 4.5%, SYF, DFS, and Schwab there. They reported yesterday, 1.8% to the downside. Some of the other names here, you can see RF, USB, BAC, KeyBank there down 2% as well. Consumer discretionary names back to the downside as well. We saw some of these a little bit strong yesterday, but hotels here, MGM, Marriott 3% to the downside, DPZ and Hilton 2.4% to the downside. So this group as well, consumer discretionaries in negative territory. There's a couple standing out here to the upside, NVR and DHI 1.7% and 2.4% for those. Industrials, wanted to mention these as well. This group is negative, but only barely. SNA, ALE, and TXT about 1 to 2%. AAL here 2.4%, leading the airlines to the downside. UAL only 0.8%. Love 0.7%. Alaska here 1.1% to the downside. Way over in the corner there, the energy group is also in negative territory. Yeah, here's a big one, 7.8% for Netflix to the downside, offsetting all of these as well. So utilities are strong, but this one here making up a big chunk of the negativity today, 0.1% for the overall S&P 500. Let's go back to Sean.
We're really happy that we got it. Thanks, Brendan. Good little update there. And that's what we got to pay attention to, guys. Also, we do have, hit that like, hit that subscribe. A bunch of different things happening. Okay, okay, good. Trader TV Live. This is that sweater, guys. Big time sweater. I posted it on Instagram here. Let's see if we can see it right here again. This is Brendan and I discussing our sweater and also our Lewis Daniels watch. Very nice. All of our guest traders will get that sponsorship up right now. Lewis Daniels here giving us the watch. Thank you so much for that. But it's been a fun time with our guest traders. All of our guest traders will get that again. Like, you want to talk about being a sponsor and why you need to be a part of our team. I mean, there you go, guys. Lewis Daniels right there. We're giving back to all of our members. And if you want to become a guest trader there, sign up, become a member. Send in, Valeria will drop the link there, how you can sign up to become a guest trader of the day. NIO, again, guys, look at these reloads. We talked about that again, reloading at 11, taking some out at 90s. I'd love for this thing to get through 90. Then we'll get some 86s, 87s. But right now, we're just going to hold to see if 11.05 breaks again back to the upside. So nice little reload on that one. Oh, yeah, and before I went off there, I want to talk about Netflix. We did get that out at 491 off of a 489.50 break. So not break, but just off of this little level break. Comes all the way back so we get out of half. So now we'll wait to see if there's any more love for this name to the upside. Really, the only bad trading today was on this name. And it's because we got into it too too early. Should have just been averaging in around these levels. Then it would be nearly not as bad, but we took it through the open, and that's generally a problem for me, taking trades through the open, especially when there's not really much news on it. J&J 0.22. Just thought we'd get some love, guys, off of this little run up yesterday, but that faded into today's open.
Yeah, you might have seen Brendan, the GOAT, go across the screen with some money there. That's because of mRNA getting the news to us. Look, obviously it had already made a move and it's doing fantastic volume. It wasn't on my list. I had enough stocks that I was watching here. So thankfully we got this name. It did make that move up. We're able to successfully fade it with a couple of entry points there. We're able to take a bunch out in front of 87. We did get that target dollar out. I still have an order here for the last quarter of our position, guys. See if we can catch that $1.50 on it. It's already been a winner. Can't turn into a loser. Just watch out. If it takes out 88.30, I was looking at that daily at that 89 level. A failed break at that price, so breaking here at the high of day, failing to get through to 89, no continuation, would probably trigger another short entry for me. But once 88 goes, we'll walk away and look for the next play in mRNA. Already have a nice win on in that trade. I want to jump you guys back over to that, mRNA is moving fast. FSRX is moving slower. And again, you have a structured trade like this. Look at the outs in front of 170, and we're short here at 178. And then you have this next level at 160, and then it's basing out at that same price. So once it breaks that, the next stop down of previous close, that's where my target is sitting already. I still have about 40% of the position. I'm either going to get it out in front of that close, a previous close, or I'm going to catch a reload in front of VWAP and get out at 180, guys. So nice little structure that you have on for something like this, which you can blend with an mRNA, some in Neo action. I wish I had stuck with Neo a little bit more there. I actually pivoted to this trade to the long break on Digital Ally. It's holding right now above this 360 area. I've got a couple of reloads in here. I actually have my full position on at this point, so either it's going to hold 360 in VWAP and make a run to the high of day. You can see my order in front of $4. The first little bit we're going to get out. Or it's going to break the bottom. So it's a really easy structured trade there. Now the problem here, sleepy action. Nothing happening on level 2, so I can throw my stop orders, have my take profits. Not much need to cover that one. I'll give you an update if anything happens on Digital Ally. Looking very sleepy right now.
We took out 491, 492, came right back up. We could have took it out again. I'm hoping that we could break through VWAP and head higher. I'm still thinking we can get back somewhere up here, and I've been having wishful thinking so far on Netflix today because short down there, crushed on that short, go long, get out there again. Now let's wait to see if this wants to break through VWAP here, 491. Fitty, what up, Brent?
Not much in the way of news on this one, guys, but recent mover as well. NNDM, we were trading it way back when, way over here on the daily time frame, but hasn't done much since then. Back above $2 here, heading towards 250. Just popped up on a volume scanner for NNDM, guys.
Oh, right. And we don't want to give back anything on NIO, so we get out and follow our rules.
Guys, I got to update you guys on one thing. I did miss out on a trade in Rumble. This is why. It does make a move down. I did want a break of that level. When you do a stop order break, if it's really fast move, you can cross down, but if there's no liquidity, there's no liquidity, and you don't get that short. It then halted to the downside, so as much as I like the breakout there, if it saved anybody any money on the long, fair enough. But I did miss that trade. You can see the big move to the downside. It is going to open back up, volatility halt in a minute or so. So if it can hold this 2250, that breakout zone that we had, I'll probably jump into the short in front of that price. If it holds that, we'll look for a secondary flush, probably with a target at low of day. On the halt, to the downside now, RMBL should be open in about 2 minutes, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, oops. Okay. Nope. Just got out there of not. Yeah. I was looking at my orders there and saying, what the hell am I doing? Okay. I want to talk about BOXL here. We're still waiting for that guy to break through 350 here. And if it does, then yeah, it's more celebration time for yours truly. And then we'll get out here. I'm thinking 40s a little bit here because we did get some consolidation around this mark. We are watching that 320 spot there as well. So that's why I'll take some 340s. Let's just go dimes. 340, 330. 320. Then if 320 looks like it wants to break, we'll get out of a little bit, then hold the rest and see if we can't then get a much bigger trade. But 340, we'll look to get some out there on a BOXL break through 50. That could easily happen today. We saw how heated this name's been throughout. So BOXL right now looking like a decent opportunity for sure. Everything else is going, man. Netflix right now trying to break and actually is breaking right now through VWAP. So your boys got this one on again. Back forth and around. Another $2 winner here on Netflix. and then Boxell is still trying to go. J&J is not doing much. I'm still waiting. If it breaks down here, we'll get out. But that's the positions we have on. Oh yeah, and Space.
It's about to take the top off.
Back to day's high. Yeah. Space going upside.
Yeah, watch it. That 23.70 is going to be that high day. 69 technically the high, but 70 is probably the break that you're interested in if you're going to watch that. And I heard you over there snickering it with that 69. It's just a price. It's nothing. There's nothing hidden about that. Look, I like to break through that area at this time of day. I'm almost always going to catch a rollover short if I can at consolidation. So if we get sideways action in front of that high, you're just looking to scalp 15 or 20 cents if you can, maybe even 30 in front of that 70 because it's only going to give you a 10 cents worth of risk. But you got to see the sideways actions first. It's only upward, so I only like the break. I just got Rumble opening up here. If it can hold below that 20.50, I'll see if I can't jump into the short trade on RMBL here, and it looks like it might just do that. Brendan, what do you got?
I keep seeing this Nutanix popping up here, guys. NTNX, bit of a mess on the daily chart. We're near support, though, 21, decent level. They updated their current quarter guidance today and are reporting, I believe it's either next week or the week after, but NTNX, big time relative volume. Nice little move here, 10% or 9% at this point, guys.
And it's a money maker because there we go. Out right there a Space, 23.66 there. We've been long this one there, and it's a chicken dinner winner. It's more like prime rib or something here. What we've done on Space today has been absolutely fantastic. Space is Space and NIO going back and forth. NEO, of course, going back and forth with my #1 stock today. But that one with that uptick comes close to taking it out. Let's see if 23.70 holds on that name. But right now, yeah, it's been big one today. 137 trades for me today. We're trading obviously real money, magic hands, so they say. Coffee time. We're gonna go get some more. We've been a little bit late on Hydration Nation. We're talking too much today, but we'll get that going. There goes Net. See, this is why I throw it down because look, money is money, guys. And here goes Netflix. Nice little long. You can see the position board down below. Those are accurate what we have, guys. Right now, nice little $3 plus winner on Netflix. So let's keep going to the upside here. Really liking this 495, 496. Let's put an order right around here, see if we can't get out of some of those for $7. But my eyes have been very wide on Netflix today, and it's just kind of not really been working out that way. So we'll wait to see here. Netflix to the upside.
There goes MRA through 87, and just going to get in some Rumble here. I know we got to go to Brendan because you know what talks and what else walks. Let's go to the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, that time. Let's have a look at currencies. Quick look at the currency markets today. Not a heck of a lot as far as exciting moves to mention, but this one standing out, Swiss franc. We don't really focus on this too much, but wanted to mention today a little bit of a downtick in the VIX in volatility. Anytime you see volatility coming off of the market, typically a move higher in some of these, but not today. Swiss franc to the downside. We held below 94.5 here, tagged 94.5 over the past couple of days. Big move down back below 94 for the Swiss franc, 93.92 to be exact. Our Canadian dollar back to the downside as well. 73.6 for the CAD. Was actually higher to start the day, but back in negative territory. The pound also lower. You can see Japanese yen also following suit with the Swiss franc. Australia and New Zealand, 2 days in a row to the upside. We have Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, in positive territory, although moves have been muted on both today. Back over to you guys.
Couple of things here. Top end break on Space, so we just got into the long on that top break. Also have the short in Rumble that we mentioned here. I want to try to load up. It's consolidating below that halt price. That's the first key I look for in a downward halt. As long as we can get in with a reasonable stop here, a little bit higher than that halt price at 20.87. You give it about 21, but you don't want to have a hard stop. It's got to be area stops on a name like this with a spread. 5 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. It'll open up and close down rather quickly. Moderna only in the money, 70 pennies right now. Like I said, the last little bit, we're looking for $1.50 or so on that trade, guys.
Okay, $1.50 winner on Moderna. Hopefully that can come through, and then we'll wait to get a bigger winner, but obviously it's a $500 stock, so we'll wait to see. We're kind of looking for the same thing, looking for some continuation on some of these names. I'm sitting up here $4.95 to see. I don't know. We'll wait to see if that can come through. Then yeah, that'll be really nice if we can get that one. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Mendel today. He brought us AXIM. Let's check that out right now. We're trying to buy some luck in coffee. We've been doing a little bit here. I'm not up anything on it, so it's not like it's really moving at at all today. AXIM here over on the pink sheets. 3-cent spread, 1.76 million shares. Not super, actionable right now. But CYDY also 2.4 million shares. Not a bad name to look at if you were looking for some pink sheets. I prefer LKNCY right now. It is doing the most volume right now, and looks like it wants to go back upside here.
Yeah, so just a review of the positions we have. I do have that digital ally still to the long side. It's really not going anywhere. It's a very sleepy trade. Virgin pulling back. So what I like to do, and I talk about this for these time of day types of breaks, is you leave some in the quiver for the pullback. It's 23.50 that I'm targeting here. So breakout 70, add some on the pullback here to get yourself a decent average price on the run of 24. And let's go to Brendan at the desk.
There was looks like an upgrade or a reaffirm on a rating for ALNA today, guys, but just seeing this one on a volume scanner as well. Big move through $2 here on a volume spike for ALNA. Definitely breaking out if you look at the daily chart as well, guys.
ALNA, we actually already got this one from Brendan. So I did add it to my list. A good thing on that name, guys. Do remember, we actually have a guest trader of the day coming up in just about 10 minutes. And you know what? All the guest traders this month and next get one of these bad boys right here. Lewis Daniels watch. You will see behind me on some of these shots, you will see the prominent logo. We do thank them for that. It's just a little something for the appreciation there. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits already to being a guest trader of the day, talking some ideas, you guys in the community, getting a different perspective. I think it's a lot of fun. That ALNA, just looking right here for some consolidation, maybe at the 195 mark if it wants to pull back in. It is sort of worth noting. Just look at this look in a longer time frame. If it does give a deeper pullback, you're probably looking to defend about 175 if you're bullish on that name there. Moderna again, almost $1 in the money, but like I keep saying, you'll keep seeing it in my blotter until I get that $1.50. We're playing with the last quarter here, so we've already taken our profit. We can hold for our target and basically a break-even stop on that one. There's no resistance on this ALNA until it gets about to this 225, 230 chop fest.
Some good trades happening all over the place right now for us, including I just went in and out of Luck and Coffee there, but now we are stuck a little bit long on this name. So we'll see here what this wants to do, and it's a tough trade sometimes on the pink sheets through key levels. So you definitely got to watch out for that. That's OTC Markets if you ever hear us say pink sheets, of course. Space, I know, Neil, it's right where you're at right now. I do like this kind of level going through. Of course, we're long right now, 50 cents in the money, and we've been long here, and now we're taking out new highs. So we'll wait to see on this one. Space up 12.5%. We've been destroying that one today. So good trade there. Hopefully that can continue. BoxL putting me to sleep right now. Out. A couple nice outs on BoxL, but again, waiting for 50 to break. I'd rather not even be talking about this stock, but unfortunately I have it on. So not unfortunately, it's a winner. Winner's a winner. We'll put that money in our pocket, but not really moving around too much. Netflix, I'm still waiting for this 495. I would love to get that. We've had some actionable trades up to that spot again today. Just not sure. And again, you can look back at a few of the past earnings release dates, and I'd probably tell you that it's been a very choppy day. And we told you that earlier, that we were expecting some chop in this name. So that's apparently what we've got right now. We are ready to rock and roll with the European update, though. Everyone's favorite host, Valeria, at the big screen.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe mixed today, mostly in a negative territory. Britain is up 0.36%. Germany is up 0.15%. Russia is up 0.36%. And Spain is down 0.73%. Well, guys, earnings in focus right now. Daimler announced ahead its July 23 earnings report that it will post less than expected operating loss of 1.68 billion euro for the second quarter. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
There are a few things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and I'm going to trade the rollover on Moderna when I see it. Sometimes you have an idea for a short, and you step in front of the train a little bit on a parabolic move up. But a couple of notes here. One, Brendan came with the news. I immediately went to the higher time frame to identify a couple of levels that I did like for resistance. We jumped in on the way back down. We let it turn first, and then we find some consolidation for some shorts. We take profit so we can hold on to the bigger win. We do eventually get our $1.50 target there for the last out. We had multiple entries into this trade, and we also switched gears here. I took the entire trade short here originally at 87.50. but I didn't want the whole thing. I wanted a chance to maybe load some more shares up if it came against me. So I quickly got out some flat, jumped back in on that reload, which ended up being a good decision. Look, ultimately, it just saves me about 30 cents, makes me an extra 30 cents a better price, but saves me 30 cents if it ends up being a loser, which it was not. And what is also not a loser is Rumble, young boy, Rumble. If you don't know where that is from, I don't know what to say. That's obviously a famous quote from a certain boxer. Drop it in the chat if you know who it is. We talk about these halts over and over again and again. We have a channel, a Market Wisdom channel, where we talk about informational topics, educational topics. Halts is one of them. I have a strategy I like on a downward halt. If we can hold and consolidate around that halt down price, I can get into a short around it, about 2060 here on a 2087. Give it an area stop at 21. First leg out here, we catch a dollar winner. Just got some more shares out there for a nice $1.70 win, and I'm hanging on to the rest. If we take out 18, all systems go. We'll see if we can't get a bigger win than this. It's still up 77%. This was a $10 stock yesterday. Yesterday. And worth noting, it was a penny stock before they did a 20-for-1 reverse. And this was a $100 name before. So this one got beaten up historically. When there's a reverse, I can't show it to you on my daily chart. It looks ridiculous in our system, so I won't do that. But next leg down, 18 break. Otherwise, break even for the last third of this position.
150 finally right here. J&J comes back to life here at 150.05, back in and out there, right ahead of 150. Like I said, this name would have been okay if we weren't in it too early. So J&J, just want to bring you guys back to life here as the market making a move to the upside now, and we watch our J&J finally going into the money for us. 27 pennies right now. That's just off this low, but we've already dumped it. This has been really our biggest loser today, has been J&J, because again, in too early, paid the price on that one. Netflix still bouncing around, man, and we didn't get as high there as 495. Market going up, Netflix going down, not a good sign. What's up, Brendan?
Just looking for headlines here, guys, on Sunworks, a little solar name, SunW, the ticker. Nice pop here today, 33%, still doing significant volume, got through $1 and never looked back. So trending move to the upside for SunW. Not seeing too much in the way of news though, guys.
That's a name that, you know what, there's a few names that we're all obviously familiar with, Sean, but I feel like that we've never traded on this show. I don't know that I've ever made an actual execution in SunW. I'm not going to force it just because Brendan happened to mention it. I'm thinking about it. But I just adjusted all of my stops to account for the action there in RMBL. And it's worth noting, like I told you guys earlier today in a trade in Twitter that I accidentally got into a position to the long when I got out of a short. So one of the things we'll see us doing is updating our stop orders. That when you hit wins, a lot of times that means your stop for the out is no longer valid because you're not going to be in position anymore. So you want to make sure you're adjusting your orders. If we're going to be trading, and I've done 9 different names today that are active, a couple of small moving stocks that I'm market making on that don't go anywhere. But if you're going to manage that many names, you've got to have a process to it. I've got lots of orders that I got going on here, and I got a lot of script orders that I'm always adjusting in real time. So if you see us moving away, that's what it's all about. Do whatever you're comfortable with, guys, because you can only trade to the extent of your abilities, and we all work up to the amount of symbols that we trade. I know that for us, it's very, very important. The other thing you got to do, guys, get your education on. We're going to be dropping a video on the futures today. We talked about futures and indicator previously. This will be the risk profile of trading in the futures. That's going to be dropped today on our Market Wisdom page. Make sure you tune in for that. I know some of you guys absolutely love them. We'll keep them coming and all the topics that you want so long as you give them to us, guys. So a couple of winners on right now with the exception of Space. Wish I had it earlier, but I only have sort of the lunchtime break, which sometimes it's a fantastic trade, don't get me wrong, but you'd much rather have what Sean had earlier, which is that nice little wick. When it fails at the bottom end, like this off the open on a bullish name, man, are those good trades to the long side. I got this little structured trade, got to pull back at 23.50 like I liked. My average price sitting here in the low 60s. If it takes out the top, great. I'm not taking anything out till it gets close to that 24 mark.
Okay, here we go. 11.97 again here on NIO. It looks like it might want to break through 11. A little top spot there, 11.15. That looks pretty good to me to hold. And if it does, we're going to average into it. We'll take another little bit of a short here on NEO. And again, I think that's been pretty much net-wise the largest stock here probably today. So we're going to wait to see here if this one wants to continue to go end of the IO here, breaking through 11. And then we'll get short some 99s, 98s maybe. It's trying to build build it up right now. So there we go. We'll see. It goes down a little too far. We did not get the short there. I don't even know why my order didn't go out, but we are going to short NIO right now, guys. It does break through 11, so let's take that short. Brennan, guest of the day.
Hey guys, yeah, it's Friday. That means guest trader of the day time. Yeah, brought to you by Lewis Daniels Watches. Everyone coming on in July as a guest trader getting a Lewis Daniels watch. Thank you so much to Lewis Daniels Watches for that. Also, anyone who signs up in the month of July to come on at a later date, getting a watch as well. You guys loved him so much. He's back with everyone's request, including ours. George Olivero joining us once again. You may know him as Jarhead, back in the building. To everyone's cheers. Good to see you once again, George. How has the morning gone so far?
Hey, Brendan, thanks for having me back on. Much appreciated. Morning's been good. It's been pretty active. 33 fills right now. Shorted NIO or NEO at 12. I got out of the party a little bit early at 11.62, but it was a win. APDN, took a $1 win on that this morning. And then I've been playing around with MVIS and Digital Ally.
Yeah, that APDN, man, I can't believe I missed that one. Great opportunity up there around 15. NIO, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, anytime you get that kind of move in the pre-market, really good to follow through on that when the market opens. Let's get back over to the market. Here's Neil and Sean.
What up, Jarhead? I'm really glad
Jarhead,
you're on.
I got to give you this one right here because anytime I see someone successfully execute a trade better than I do, I'm going to be really happy to see it. And that's that APD, and I love that you hung on to that one for the nice little win there. That's what it's all about. It's about sticking to your whatever your plan might be. You can have the same idea, and I love the point that two traders can have the same sort of look and execute a similar trade. I ended up getting stopped out. You hung on to that one. I love that APDN. And every symbol that you mentioned there, with the exception of MVIS, was one that we were looking at today. So I kind of wanted to ask you about that. I have seen people talk about it in the chat, but I've made 0 executions on it. It wasn't even on our list today, at least. So let us know about MVIS here.
Yeah, so I just have that on my watch list here on my E-Trade, Power E-Trade, and just noticed there was a lot of volume. It shot up this morning. It's something I typically watch. I think you all were trading it back maybe a month ago, and just saw a lot of volume, a big run up. Saw it kind of fail a little bit, come back down, and I picked it up at the bottom and ran it back up. I didn't take, I put a lot of shares on, 8-cent winner, but I had a lot of shares on, so it wound up being a pretty good trade for me.
Yeah, I think it's an important thing when you're trading small caps. Identify how you want to do it first, because there's some trades where you're going to put it on and take 5-10 cents. Other ones where you want to hold a little bit. One of the reasons you'll hear us sort of talk about our trading plan is so you know what type of a win we're looking for. Like we're like FRSX, I might be trying to take 5-10 cent type scalps. Digital Ally, I'm looking to take a little bit more than that because it's just a different structure of trade and your share size will vary. But MVIS right now actually is retesting this original breakout pullback 270 area, just looking at it here in a 5 minutes so you can see where it's come from in the last couple of days. Any thoughts on playing a pullback on this name here if it can hold 270? I mean, I usually look at these prices and I like them in both directions as a pivot. So you looking at this price here at 270?
I am. Actually, I picked it back up. My cost basis right now is 276. I thought it would do a double bottom. It did start going down a little bit more, hit that level at about 270. I picked up a little bit more to kind of average down. I know it's probably not the best move, but I see some upside here. So I'm back in it. I'm in the money right now, and I'm in a lot lighter than I was this morning. That's for sure.
Yeah, see, but you know what? Look, and you see the Lewis Daniels sign there. We're happy that you're going to be getting that watch, but I love everything you just said about that. It's not averaging. I understand averaging down gets a bad rap, but if it's part of a risk plan, A, you said you're lighter than the first time it was a bounce in the morning. B, you already identified the level that you like. So getting a blended price, I like to call it. If it's part of my plan to get in front of a certain level at a certain price, I don't want to have the entire entry at that one price. I just did that on MRNA. So to me, that wasn't averaging down. I just wanted to have a particular price in front of a level so I could manage risk. So I like that 270 as well. I tend to like shorting on those types of breaks because I love shorting small caps when I get a chance. So I'll probably be trying the reversal at 270, but I do like it down there. I'm actually going to be waiting closer to that 75 mark for the bounce. It is in a bit of a downtrend. I'd like to see more sideways action personally. But for those of viewers that don't know you, Obviously, you've been on here before, and I'm going to call you Jarhead. If you do prefer George, that's fine. We see the nickname there, and I love it. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, a bit of your background?
Yeah, so I am from North Carolina. Background is, the United States Marine Corps for 5 years. I've been in finance in certain aspects of my life. I used to actually work for Fidelity, and then most recently, I actually work for a medical device company. So I'm a sales manager for a medical device company.
I feel like that might give you some insight, at least a little bit, into some of these biopharmas. I'm always joking, and a couple of the guys on the floor can attest to this. It'd be really nice to have someone on the floor who, when we're reading some of these reports that come out, it's like yada, 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 biopharma. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It kind of goes over the head. You see enough of them, and maybe you can pick out what they mean when it comes to phase 1, 2, and 3 trials. But the rest of it, I mean, it's going to go over your head. Do you have any kind of an advantage with those names here?
Not so much biopharma, but actual implantable devices, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and you got to stick to your edge. I just want to quickly jump back to this one. I'm going to go winner, chicken dinner. In Sean's honor here, I didn't have a trade on space until we got that secondary push to the upside. And I like breakouts in a particular fashion at this time of day. I always make sure I take only a third to a half my position on the initial break, looking for a pullback area. So we took the break at 70. I wanted to add at 50. You got it here. So my average price works out to about 55, 58. You see me hold 55s right now. Some out in front of 24. Some out after the break, so I just got a 50-cent win on a little bit of that position, and now I can look to play a pullback, probably for lighter shares into 23.65, and then hold for a run past this 24. So nice little way to play breakouts there. I always find when a break happens, if you're an active trader, it gets very wishy-washy, and you can make a lot of decisions, get wicked out, get chopped out, whatever you want to call it. If you have a plan of action going into the breakout, it's a little bit easier to play. Is there a particular style you have for entries? Do you like waiting passively, or do you like catching those quick breaks at key levels?
Yeah, I love breakouts. To be honest with you, Neil, I love to follow you guys. So I'm always listening to what you all are doing. If it's something I'm not 100% comfortable with for my own trading style, I'll put 1, 2, 3 shares on and just see what happens, right? You're not risking a ton of money, but at least you get the education behind, following you all, your thought process there, and kind of what plays out. And that's what I talk to a lot of the traders in the chat and through Twitter and what have you. And, you guys have been doing this for a long time, and many of us are kind of new to it. One of the things that I did early on to kind of keep up with the pace, if you will, is throw a share or two on. And that's been very helpful for me. So as I do that, I'm learning the way, so to speak. And as I get more comfortable, I continue to put some larger shares on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call there, Jarvis. A lot of traders do that, so I think that's a great opportunity for that. Look at box sell right here, guys. We break down below, and then this is what we're talking about when you stick with your plan, guys. I mean, here's all the winners right here. 345 get hit there. We talked about taking out at dimes, right? So we took a bunch out at 50 there. Then we take some out in front of 40. Now we'll wait to see if it does come back to the downside. I also did put there. It looked like Netflix wanted to go there, guys. I do have my order out, 494.70 or so. Right around here, 495. Let's see if we can't take that out. Look at the futures back from the dead, 3,200. Nice little bounce up to 3,220. We're still going on that one. Good little trade happening there. You guys know what kind of damage we've been doing on space today, and I don't know if you had that one, Jarhead, but wow. Hopefully you were following me on that trade. Right to the upside, guys. Big time profits. You can see what's happening at the bottom of your screen. It's been big. Oh, J&J, by the way, all the way up to 25s again there. Take some out. So not a bad little recovery spot there for J&J. But yeah, just want to give you guys an update there, hoping that Netflix can break through 495.
Yeah, just going to see this pullback here. I did mention on Virgin Galactic that I was going to take out everything but the last quarter. If it pulls back into 23.65.70, I'm going to be getting into more shares here. It didn't quite get there, so we'll hang on. I don't want to chase it too far. I don't want to get a buy higher than the price I want, so I'm going to stick to my plan. But we also need to go to Brendan. He's got something for us.
Just seeing Vodafone here, guys. U.S. listed shares of Vodafone, the primary listing over in the UK. However, UBS, Morgan Stanley, and also Goldman Sachs said to be competing for the top job when it comes to their tower unit. So Vodafone spinning off their tower unit into an IPO. So VOD on the NASDAQ here up 2.5% today. Nice look, just breaking through to day highs as we speak, guys.
Yeah, is that news just right now? Because that's probably going to be a good one. What was that symbol?
VOD.
VOD, okay. Vodafone, I guess on the NASDAQ, okay. Let's look quickly at that one. I do like that kind of news. Whenever you're able to spin something off, it's always a profitable situation. I mean, obviously you won't spin off a losing entity there. So let's see 1638 out of the top. So let's just quickly have a look at the daily chart as well. I know you had that up there, Brendan. Oh yeah, this is breakout territory. Actually, good looking stock here to possibly break out Vodafone. This may be a good long-term hold too for you guys. Vodafone breaking out right now. I like it through 1650. Let's go Vodafone.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to go to that higher time frame because you look at that high right now at 1638, you get that higher level. You got to love that in the daily chart. That's what it's all about there. We're talking heavily day trading, so I want to jump back over because Sean just mentioned this looking like a swing breakout type of style. Do you do any swing trading there, George? Is it only day trades? I know you're very, very active as a trader with 33 executions, I believe you said today. But how about holding for multiple days?
Yeah, from time to time, it really depends. I do have a long-term portfolio that I have a bunch of stuff in that I just hold up, and sell based on what's happening. But the majority of what I do is day trading. Like I said, I do have a secondary account that if I see something that's got a lot of potential, for example, some of the airlines I hold in my long-term account right now because I think they've got good potential, maybe a year or two down the road, and I'm happy to hold them that long.
And here goes Boxell as well. Another chicken dinner winner here for that one. Boxell, we're getting some out now. We'll get some out again through 340. Sometimes you do got to hold this. And I do want to say, George, I know you're a big fan here, so let's hit this one. Now that you're on, you've told me good job on doing this. So it's Hydration Nation time for that. We're slow today, but we've been talking. Actually, are we slow? Let me line this thing up here. It shows I'm at about the 10 a.m. range. So I'm about an hour behind right now, George. So I apologize. But Hydration Nation, I guess you're a fan of drinking a few liter, I guess you're an American, pints, I don't know, gallons?
Gallon.
This is 1 gallon. That's why I wasn't sure if you're a gallon a day kind of guy, but I know that you're a supporter of Hydration Nation. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. I am a gallon a day type of guy.
Yeah, attaboy, buddy. Yeah, let's go. You and I the same, so good job on that one. And did you want to explain your background there? You are a Navy SEAL, I believe, former?
United States Marine.
Oh, United States Marine. Oh, good job there. I guess that's the jarhead, right? That's what we explained before. Yeah, and Robert Brown as well last time on the show as well. So thank you again for everything that you guys are doing and continue to support the free world. And that's what we're trying to keep it that way. So thank you so much for that, George, for your support. Brendan, let's go.
Guys, we haven't had a SPAC in a couple of days. How about a SPAC for everyone? FEAC, this is Flying Eagle Acquisition Corporation, up 2.8% today. Just popped up on a volume scanner. You can see a nice little pop through 1250. I haven't found any news as far as them acquiring a company, but FEAC up huge yesterday. Went from 11 to 1280 on the day yesterday. Just a topical type of name, guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to say right here, we're going to make sure we keep to Brendan on this one because where there's smoke, a lot of times there's fire with a SPAC. So we'll see what the speculation might be. Always worth keeping in mind, looking up where that deadline might be when they have to make an acquisition. And we talked about SPACs recently in our Market Wisdom channel. Just a quick question for you, George. Do you watch any of those videos? Do you find any of those helpful? Is there any particular topic that you did like or you'd love to actually see when it comes to education?
I mean, Neil, I was hooked after the VWAP video, which was the first one you all did. Those videos are fantastic. I mean, highly educational. Thank you so much for putting those out. I mean, I think the library's got to have, what, 30 videos or something now?
I think it might be a little bit bigger than that. I'm not actually sure exactly how many.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's through the roof.
Yeah, we're going more than that. Then we just did 5 more yesterday.
It's incredible. Yeah, extremely helpful.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thanks for the motivation, but
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday's been crazy. Okay, here goes Boxell, guys, by the way. Okay, I thought we were going to break 40 there. We have been getting out at the 40 spot. We're going to look for lower here on Boxell. We did give you this little range yesterday. And again, I trade these things differently. We take out big sticks here. So I can't really average in. We talked about that. So again, you got to trade your risk profile. And Jarhead, I know you've talked about that. So there you go, 360 all the way to the downside. Your boy just got another winner right here. And by the way, Netflix right here, trying to go, guys. I don't know. Like I said, I'm staring in the face. $3. This is a $4 winner right now, but greed is in, and I want more. Maybe we'll just take this out if it comes up to $4.94. That's been the spot right here. $4.93. Let's see if we can take this out for $4, guys. Netflix.
Yeah, I'm just watching Rumble here, guys. Remember, we still have that short here at 20.74. It's been in the money a couple of dollars at the bottom, and we did already take that nice little win at that low for a $2 winner. And I just had the last third of the position on, looking to see if we can break down below that low of day. Now, what I'm going to do, because it's made quite the nice floor here, like you got to say to yourself, I'm not going to have a break-even stop. If it breaks back above, say like 19, I'm going to lock in the rest of this for a nice win. If it breaks out of the range, fair enough to the downside, but I'm going to lock in that profit. I do see what looks like a bit of a triple bottom, at least for the time being, actually a little bit deeper than that. So at this time of day, you lock in the profit. I know there might be some more trades on in RMBL today. We already knocked the first one out of the park. I still like a 25 break if it ever gets there. I'm not sure it does, but I'm going to lock in the rest of this profit. It's too much of a hard bottom for me right now in RMBL. So 19 stop. It's a bit of a trail. If it takes out the low before that, fantastic. We'll get a $3-4 winner hopefully in RMBL. Just a quick question for you here. It's the end of the week. It's a little bit later on in the session. Jarhead, my good friend, do you ever put on trades in the afternoon? Is it more of a morning thing for you? Do you have a style of entry that you stick to? I know we slow down at this time as day traders a lot. Do you find the same thing for yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah, the morning's pretty exciting, and then towards the afternoon, I'm kind of over it, to be honest with you. Just the price action's not there, the volume's not there. If something's flying late in the afternoon, I'm happy to do it. But I have a full-time job, so I do this in the morning and then work my regular job. So if I traded all day, I probably wouldn't get any work done.
And there it is. Yeah, I mean, tell me about it. And you guys want more educational videos? Okay, just joking there. I see you on the chat there, Daryl. There we go. But it's a hot dog party right now because there it is. That's a $6 win or so. Actually $4.50 right there. We take it out. Netflix bouncing off the top there. Some longs out here ahead of VWAP, then out again as it's bouncing around. Now you watch. Now that I get out, it'll take out the top, which probably is about to happen right now. So there you go. Thank you so much, Netflix. We made some money back. That was a slippery slope, that's for damn sure, on Netflix. But we reined that one in. BOXL breaking through 40 now. We have bids, like we said, 35, 36. We'll see if we can't get out of that one. That's been, once again, a big trade. I think P&L-wise, we got a lot of the big ones on right now. Space, NIO, the biggest loser, I think, between all of us as well. Netflix, Luck and Coffee's been a trader, and then BOXL right now. So some good trades. Not as many names today. Trying to narrow them down a little bit. Is that something, Jarhead, that you find? I know we had Daryl on. He looks at a few specific stocks, including CCL. I think SPR was another one for him. Do you like to sort of flip-flop between their watch list that we give out, and then do you have also, and if you want to tell us, maybe there's like a ticker that you really do favor that you kind of always go back to? Did you want to share any of that with us?
Yeah, I usually try to limit it to 5 names. If it's any more than that, it gets a little bit too much for me, to be honest with you. So today I think I'm in about 5 names. One ticker that I always tend to go back to, I love AAL and I love CCL.
There you go.
I pretty much follow you guys on every CCL trade, and it's always a winner. Sean, I don't know what it is about you and Microsoft, but you nail it every time on Microsoft as well. So if you're going into Microsoft, I'm probably following you there. But yeah, I try to limit it to about 5 tickers.
Attaboy. And we'll hit some Superman. I love Microsoft. You're 100% right. Thanks for reminding me. Let's go check out Microsoft right now. Thank you, George. Let's go over and have a quick look here. And, oh my God, I love it so much. Punch into a million shares. No. Okay, let's just wait to see here. 203. You do have a nice little VWAP situation here happening on Microsoft. We do have this bad tick, so watch out. Some consolidation. Actually, a 203 break is actually looking pretty good. Microsoft, though, the one thing about this name, I'll tell you this right here, Jarhead, is that, when you're down 0.6 on that stock and the market is up, we know the kind of struggles that NASDAQ has had recently, and it's led us on the way up, tends to lead us on the way down. So right now, that's why you've sort of seen me step away from Facebook, Microsoft, and Apple right now for primarily for this week, and that's why. I know that Microsoft, I call it Mr. Softy for a reason, but right here, if it breaks through 203, let's go a little bit. Let's not go too strong just because of that correlation, but I do like a 203 break. Thanks for bringing that up, and look at space. Bang! bang. That's been a big stock for us. We can't afford yet to go to the moon, but with the way we've been trading this thing the last couple of days, guys, I mean, it's worth the membership right there alone, just following me on Space. What a big trade that one's been.
Yeah, the breakout was fantastic. If you look at that opening range break, you get 2370 gets put in as a high at about 10 o'clock, and I like that first half an hour range. Watch this pullback. 2370, same price as that break. I was looking for 65, unfortunately, a little bit deeper. A couple of things. Usually it'll test it on Space. 1 penny means nothing, but I still have the last quarter in that 2355 ad. I love the pullback on that break at that time of day. Target's going to be in front of 2450 for me. You like the trend when you got it. You said slowing down. I think that's the right thing to do. I just have Digital Ally, FRSX, both those not moving very much, and then Virgin Galactic. And I think if you got a trend and it's working for you, you hang on to that trade. Get really particular about your exits here. There's not really much of a break in the trend on Virgin, so not much reason to get out of it. On Digital Ally, if it breaks 50, I'm just going to be out of that trade altogether. I know you mentioned you were looking at that one. I feel like the initial move was certainly the best. Space here could be an out before the end of the show. It just won another 20 cents here to the upside. So now 75 pennies in the money on Virgin Galactic. You can be late to the party, but if you're dressed well with a good price, you can still get the win in there, George. So
I was going to ask you about that one.
Yeah, one question that I know we typically usually ask the guests is just I've seen you and some of the other guests, not the other guests, but some of our other members and guys in the chat talk about ideas. Can you tell me a little bit about the community aspect of what you get from this? Because I know there's a few regulars here. You guys will talk about your trials, tribulations, ideas that you might have, and I love to see when you guys shout each other out. All the love is fantastic, but just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I think it all goes back to support, right? When you're doing this and you're trying to be successful at it, sometimes you just need someone there to communicate with that's going through the same struggles and and successes as you are. And for the new trader that gets involved, I talk to a lot of new traders in the chat, typically on Twitter. For the new traders that get involved, they get humbled by the market one day. It could be a pretty upsetting moment for them. So it's just reaching out and continuing to build that community and letting them know that, hey, listen, there's a lot to learn in this space, and just trying to guide them, along the way, if you will. But the community has been great. Everybody in here, whether they're trading for a day or 10 years, it's just a nice level playing field, and everyone's speaking the same language.
And you said Space. I like the Space here, and I'm going to trail this one now to 24. Just made a move up towards my target here for about a 90-cent win, but it rolled over at 24.35. So I'm just going to have a stop at 24 even, lock in about 40 cents worth of profit on the last of these shares, and then see how far it can go up towards that 24.50. It's good to have a bit of an idea that you don't want to throw away profits at this time of day. But we got to get to Brendan. He's got something for us.
Just reading about this LMNX, guys. Looks like they got a letter from the FDA. Or they're applying to the FDA through a letter for emergency use status on an antigen test for COVID-19. So LMNX, not sure how I mentioned or I missed this one today, but nice look here, 9.5%. Getting into some big time levels here, 38 up to 39. Maybe trouble for this thing on a daily chart, guys.
And there's a seller here in level 2. We try to show you guys this when there's something important here in case you don't have access to a level 2. A bit of a seller here at 37.85. That's high a day, 20,000 shares, which is usually not that significant on a mover, but it's not only 1 million shares worth of volume while it's in play. So let's look and see if that guy can turn this one around. If it rolls over, any stock that's up to 10% at this time of day, if it wants to roll over in front of size, it gives you a bit of an out in terms of liquidity. You saw how little the liquidity was there on that look. Is that a concern ever for you, George, when you're talking about trades and you're putting them on? Do you ever worry about the amount of liquidity that there is for size and adjust accordingly, or is it just all about price action for you on the charts?
A little bit of both. It's interesting. The Digital Ally trade that I took this morning, I'm still in that, by the way, long right now.
You and I both.
I took that trade, and then afterwards I looked at the volume, and I was like, I don't know if I would have done that had I checked that earlier. It's got 4.2 million shares. I'm used to playing something with a little bit more than that at this point. But I like to play more liquid securities for sure.
Oh, there goes MRNA, and caught up on this. There's that little break of that previous high, 88.30. I actually still had a stop order here, and I went long, and man, when you make a mistake and you don't get, and you get in, I get in and out flat. It's just one of those, you take it. I had to stop and I got the winner down here and I left it in like I said you should never do, and it happens to me while I'm doing the show. If I hang on to it, it's going to be a win, but accidental wins are no good for you. They just make you get into some bad habits. 90 even, it just turned around on a dime. So look out for a Moderna break at 90 even. I'm likely going to take some of the profits I had already shorting in front of that 88 area and try to take a fade trade in and around. So similar thing that happened at 88.50 here. You rolled into some. I'll do the same thing at 90, although it was a bit of a immediate 50-cent slap downside, meaning I'm not going to chase it down here. I'm going to want to see if I can get some shares closer to 89.50 with a 90 stop, risking 50 to try to make a buck to buck 50. So that's going to be the plan here. If I can get the shares, fine. If it slides all the way down, I'm not chasing this one. We already had a good short in Moderna. I don't have to force it here at 11:30, guys.
Okay, guys, I want to say thank you so much to a few of our recent members. CC433, 4311, what up, C? Thank you for becoming a member for sure on that one. Jackson Pitt Homie there. Jackinson, what's up? Thank you so much for that as well. And then Captain Crypto is in the building. I don't know who that is, but I like the name. So Captain Crypto, what up, Captain Crypto? Drop any crypto names if you want to in the chat there. Thank you for becoming a member. If there's any coins you like, I like Cardano right now. Okay, Netflix right now, guys. Time to talk trades. 495 to the upside. We'll see if we can't get that love going through here. You'll see me trigger in if that does happen. We did dump that little spot there. We can give it all the way back to VWAP. So let's see what happens here with Netflix going back to the upside. We're back from the dead here, guys, today. There goes Netflix. So now we're long on that break. Like I said, we're going to give this one probably back to 490 all the way down here. So I wouldn't mind giving it back to 489 and change. So we may just do that as well. But right now, Netflix, I saw some people on the chat talking about it being decision time, and I think that's probably about right. We'll make a decision here on Netflix and take that long. But right now, Space, the final frontier, that's the one that's actually paying us off today. And Superman's probably been to the moon. I have not, but we will wait to see here if I ever get to go, because right now it looks like the market is loving this idea of flying to the moon. Space hammered it yesterday, hammered it today. That's how we trade, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna get every trader gets FOMO, and I just mentioned here the structure I liked in MRNA the first time. I tried to get it here the second time. I didn't want to chase it too far. If we chased, I would have had the nice winner. I got to be honest with you. It puts you in a salty frame of mind, but you have to stick to your rules. If I chase this time here, I'm probably going to get jiggled out the first trade. So the fact that it happened to work the second time, I'm really not going to care too much about it. I'll look at a 90 break if it ever comes back. And if there's a consolidation at 89.50, maybe I'll get that same move again. It is sort of worth noting that original, well, not the first break, but I guess maybe the third breakout here that we didn't have at 86, that ended up being the bottom we get out in front of. So it gets back to that price. I might look for a little bit of a scalp long bounce off of VWAP in 86 in the afternoon. We love sometimes trading. I know you don't trade in the afternoon, Jarhead, but I've noticed, and a lot of traders have sort of seen the same thing, 1:30, 2 o'clock, some stocks that get really sleepy that were big movers start to pick back up again, and you want to make sure you got some levels to play off of when that happens. So 86 is going to be mine on MRNA. Otherwise, 90 break, short 89.50 if I can catch it, and then waiting for 86. Everything in between, I'm not going to be messing with this, not at the lunchtime hour here on this name. And look, I still have FRSX. I want to get back to this just because you're going to continue to see this on the board. Not doing anything sideways, in the money for us. It's giving me the 10% win on some of the position, but I want to see it break towards that low of the day, and the trend hasn't broken. There's no reason to get out. The volume's not huge. It's only done 13 million shares, but if you're in the right direction, you have a stop, you have no reason to get out, you hold. That's one of the things that you got to be able to do, guys, and there it is. I love it. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button if you want to become a member. George, I know you are a member. What reason should everyone have to hit that sub?
Neil, it's obvious. Again, I said it last time I was on the show. You guys are the real deal here. You're building a great community. You don't just show your winners, you show your losers. You educate people as they go. Going back to Sean's quote today, success is where preparation and opportunity meet. The preparation is so key, and you all provide that, starting with the watch list, the 9 to 9:30 a.m. review of everything that's going on, indicating key levels, and then the opportunity comes when you apply all that once the market opens. So it's all there, guys. And I've been a subscriber for a long, long time, and I absolutely recommend that everybody on this channel subscribe.
Well, thank you for the love there, and thank you for the plug there also on Twitter. And this is the quote, guys, that George is talking about right here. And yeah, I mean, any sort of quote that I find that is somewhat relatable to what we're doing here. Follow me at Trader TV Sean. I have a whole bunch of them. Every Friday, I'm going to post those, and then we'll talk about it. Thank you so much, George. That means a lot. I put a lot of effort into that one. And look at this. I just want to say thank you, and maybe you just helped us get a few more members there. I want to say thank you right now. Mike Miller in the building. Lori D, I've seen you a little bit. Thank you for becoming a member as well. And ex-Burite Skies, I don't know. Thank you so much for that as well. And a lot of green hearts here. And thank you so much for the support on the show, guys. And also all those educational spots as well. We put a lot of time and effort into that. Thanks for highlighting that as well, George. We did go long NIO here on a little bit of a bounce. We're going to see what kind of energy that name does have. We'll get out if it breaks 11. But we are long right now. NIO, 3 cents in the money on that one. Our Netflix, bouncing around here. I'm going to give it only till about right here. I said that the VWAP might be in play here. Unfortunately, it does tick all the way down there. Maybe an average incoming here on that name. But right now, Netflix still could be a nice little trade. Let's see what happens. What up, Beep?
Airlines still weak, guys. Just looking at American Airlines, little story here just popping up. They're working on basically having a completely touchless experience. So if you're going in to go on a flight into the airport with American, no boarding pass, no tickets needed, nothing as far as paper is concerned. So a touchless experience. Apparently they're close to having technology available to be able to do that and bring that to everyone using American Airlines. Yeah, still down on the day though, 3% here, just about to make day lows here actually, coming up towards $12 for AAL, guys.
Kind of feels like that's the kind of thing I wish it didn't have to take a pandemic for them to get there, but obviously when it happens, it'll be good news. It doesn't seem like it matters right now, as you mentioned, Brennan, on that low, defending $12 and even level as we speak, down that 3%. The market right now is relatively sideways. In the ES, it's like a 25 handle range, but just worth looking at the daily chart here. And we're starting to get back into that little bearish range here underneath that 13. So a 12 break on American Airlines. If we start selling off in the afternoon, that's a level I'm going to have to take a shot at on a 12 break. I still at my stop order, a trailing stop on Virgin Galactic could hit at 24. My target's out there around that high a day, 24.37 right now. So it's going to be binary. Either it makes a run at that 50 or I'm going to get out when 24 breaks. But I'm looking at this 12 even. And despite the good news here, Brennan, I might take a shot here on a 12 even break to the downside. You can't give it too much room because it is making a bit of a firm bottom and it's lunchtime. So probably only worth 15 cents for me on that little shot. But if it breaks and starts going in the afternoon, I'll like it much better if that happens at like 1:30, 2 o'clock, guys.
Yeah, 12.05 there might be worth it as well. Yeah, I don't mind that trade at all. But okay, that's that name there, NIO. We're still waiting. I still think we can get back here. I mean, we did have a nice little run there before I guess the Goldman bashers came back in and hammered this thing back downside. But what a great trade this was on the flush. Like, I couldn't believe this was just like cascading downside here. And look at all these shorts. To me, this is easily the trade of the day. Bang, short there, believe in it, hammer it all the way down, breaks again, short it up here, short, and then short again right now. Now we are long though, NIO, and I'm only giving this to 11 break. I just thought maybe there was some steam back to the upside. Down 14%, we know it can break, so watch out if you're holding that one. Are you still in this, George, or did you cover?
Actually, it's interesting. I actually took it short again at 11.27 when it failed at VWAP. So I literally just got out of it at 11.08.
Good, man.
So I took an opposite approach, but it's worked out.
Yeah, it's not opposite. I mean, it's not really opposite. I'm very, very light right here. I just was thinking that we could get an 11 bounce. That's all. I mean, and then if we come back up here, you'll see me getting it out here anyways if it does come back up. A great trading, and I love the fact that you see the profits and then you take them. There's so many times, guys, and you know this too, George. Obviously, you're a pretty active trader. There's so many times that you have a winner and then bang, it punches you in the face. And that's another quote that I have from Mike Tyson there. You don't really know what you're getting involved with until you actually step in there, right? And I love what you're talking about. Some traders trade 10 shares, 20 shares, 30 shares, 1 share in your example. That's good for just testing the waters, but obviously you're not going to make real money doing that, but it does build up the confidence so that you can get back in there and then execute when you see things starting to line up. So I'm really glad that you talked about that. Trading those amount of shares is like paper trading in simulation, but it does give you that sort of real-time trade action, and I do love that as a suggestion. Like right there, I just took some out here off the 07 long there at 10, so there we go. So we'll see here if we get some more action now to the upside. I'm scalping at 3 or 4 pennies, just as discussed. We'll wait to get some out in the teens now if it does want to go. But Jarhead, great advice. Thank you so much, George. You've been fantastic today. Still 20 minutes left, though. So
yeah, I'm stepping in front of the train once again, and I caught this one sort of on the way back down. Like we made another test here in Moderna at 90, and when it does make that move, I don't take it on the way up. I like to see it test and fail. I did mention that in the plan, so hopefully you were following along there. I want to give it to that 90 range. I got 65 short on the way back in. Again, when it goes 50 cents in the money, I'm not really taking that. If it gets down to that 88.50 mark, I'll take the first leg out, then looking for 88 as about the next stop. Your counter trend here, so you want to make sure you have a firm plan. 90 can be a nice little scalp break to the long side, so if in the event we lose 35 cents in slippage, I'll reverse to the long and hopefully make some of that back. We got the short on again on Moderna. We'll see if we can't go 2 for 2. I love fading this one when they have positive news off a key level. So just that FRSX and Digital Ally, which is doing no volume, guys. So, when that hits my stop, I'm literally gonna move away from that one and not trade it for the rest of the day. Unless a massive volume spike comes in, I just don't see any way that's gonna turn it into something. It's just not doing anything whatsoever. What's your take on, what's your position right now? I know you're in that as well. And what's your thoughts as to how you're approaching it? Actually, we need to jump to Brennan, but give us those thoughts when we come back.
Yeah, real quick, guys. Another little therapeutics name here. It's been all about the COVID-related names today. ATOS, another one. They're working on a nasal spray, possible nasal application spray for a COVID-19 vaccine. We traded this one, I think it was this day. If you go to the daily chart, there was news on this same story. They're just updating it today. So little volume spike here for ATOS, guys.
Yeah, so I wanted to get your quick thoughts on that, on the Digital Ally. What are your thoughts there? It is slowed down. You have your position on. It's just hard stop. Or are you going to just get out of it if you get more sideways action?
Yeah, so I am in it. Lighter than I was earlier. I did take a small profit just to kind of reduce my risk, but I'm at let's see, 363 long right now. You're right, it is kind of stalling out. It was chopping up a lot. Let's see, what time here? I guess it was about 11 o'clock, and then it took that big flush about 11:15. So yeah, I've got a stop set at 350, and I'll just kind of hang on to it and see what happens. If it breaks up, past my cost basis, I might just walk away from this one.
Yeah, we actually have the same stop on that one, believe it or not. You did see our sponsor there. We're happy that you're going to be getting a Lewis Daniels watch. We got these bad boys on ourselves. But one other thing I wanted to get to, I did get stopped out on the way back in Virgin Galactic. So we'll tell you about our wins, our losses, but also a bit of a blunder. You have 24.50 as a level. If it turns here at 38, usually I'm catching that profit somewhere in here. But I did throw a trailing stop in at 24. To lock in about 45 cents worth of profit. So I don't think it's a particularly fantastic out. I definitely left some money on the table, both on the pullback, missing that, and then on the way out here in front of our target at 24.50. And sometimes it's going to happen to you. You just got to make sure you learn from it. I know what I did wrong here. I wasn't aggressive on the way back up. I was only passive on the pullback. And then, at the top end, I didn't adjust my order, which I should have certainly done. 5 cents doesn't matter when you're taking 70 or 80. You shouldn't care too much. Just get aggressive on that exit and get aggressive on that entry point if you can. I started out doing a lot of market making, and a lot of times it's like that just sticks with you, getting the price that you exactly want, which is important when you're doing that style, but not when it comes to momentum.
Okay, guys, here we go. We'll hit a bang for you here. And Jarhead, right on topic right here. We just talked about me and you going back and forth with NIO. And like I said, just a quick scalp, 11.06, out 10s, then out 17s right now. So now we have 30% of that position left exactly as described. And there you go, different minds, but great minds do sometimes think alike and sometimes do not. And there you go, a nice little scalp. And that's what I'm talking about, guys, preparation. And we keep talking about it. I'll show the Instagram today, but this is what we're talking about right here, guys. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet, right? And I think that that's another example. We have another post here, 33 plays already for the Instagram here. And George, are you a golfer by any chance?
I am.
Okay, well, next. Go on, yeah, sorry.
I said, no, I am. I love those pictures you guys posted. You guys got out there golfing.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, have you been to Canada, or are you a fan of this great country? Because if you come back, let's hit the links for sure. And that will be on Brendan. So don't worry about that one. Just come and bring your clubs and we will all play. So, okay, here comes Netflix down to the downside here. We're getting ready to take this out. It's just breaking through VWAP 490.50. We'll get out. What up, Brendan?
Just double checking on AstraZeneca here. I'm not seeing anything new. However, vaccine related. So here we go. AZN, big pop here to the upside once again. Just took out day highs there on a huge volume spike, all the way up to 59. A pullback now though, but AZN about 2.5% on the day, guys.
It happened one more time for you, but this time it's going to be basically a perfect entry, and we talked about this setup. So we've done it twice now, guys, and we talked about it making a top in Moderna, taking the rollover. The second one happens a little bit faster for us here, but I catch it on the way down, not the way up. You get the dollar win. It goes to my target. It's going to take me out. Now, this happened very, very quickly just a couple of seconds ago. Now, I could have quickly pulled this order here, but I did have a target for that $2 win. So when it hits, happy enough that I'm going to take it. If this was at 9:40 in the morning or something like that, maybe I don't have that target in, or 10 o'clock when things are moving faster. But at lunchtime, I'm likely to be sitting there passively and let it take me out just in case it's a slow grind. It just happens to happen in a couple of minutes here, guys. So nice win on Moderna. 2 for 2. You can short an uptrend and make money as long as you have a plan of action. That's why we try to give it to you. I do believe I heard we were going to go to Brendan, but we're not going to. So check that. With only about 14 minutes to go, I just got stopped out of Digital Ally, so I want to hit the, I don't know, we'll see what happens here. We can hit the flush down total because we'll use that one. I only have SRX on. I don't know that I'll be adding to anything for the time being. Virgin's rolling back in here. I will like mRNA if we can base out at 86, but I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm going to have my hands off the keyboard, basically take in the money that we've made here today, analyze why we bothered to get into Digital Ally when it's going sideways, and then see if we can't catch another couple of trades in the active movers in the afternoon. I think that'll be like Neo, that'll be Moderna, that'll be Space for sure. And maybe we'll throw BoxL back on that list, I do think, if there's any kind of action that picks up in the afternoon on that one. I don't know if you're still in anything, Sean, but on that AstraZeneca news, Brennan, that was exactly when mRNA came to the downside. So I don't wonder if that's not related.
I don't know. Yeah, good look there. You always got to try to find why, reasons, what is happening. Yeah, I saw if Netflix long did not break that 490.50 there. So we're going to wait to see if that happens. And if it does, we'll be all over that one. We still have NIO long. We're still waiting for that break. But again, this is a perfect risk profile. We've already took that 10 pennies out right there for 40% of our trade. We have 20% left waiting for that drop to happen. Looks like Netflix will come out in a second here. I see some questions about Space. And obviously, we've run this thing here the last couple of days. It's been a fantastic little bump up. If you look at a daily chart, though, you are going to see here on that daily that this is probably a little bit overheated, coming from 15, 16, all the way to 23, 24, 25 in just a matter of days. So I don't expect it to go straight up, but I'm still holding this one. I don't really consider this a flush at all. And the way I've been trading this one, I sort of got to trust my instincts, because we've destroyed Space. And then just to keep this fresh, because, talking back and forth sometimes can get obviously a little bit boring on there. So let's show something here. Jarhead, does my son look like me? There we go on Twitter there. I don't know if you've commented at all on this one, but here we go. Let me know. Oh, this is from my wife, actually. She retweeted it, and then I tweeted it again. But what's your opinion on that one? And are you lucky enough to have any kids yourself?
Yeah, so your son definitely looks like you in that picture, absolutely.
I feel sorry for my son in that case, but.
And yes, I have 2 kids. I
great.
have a 2-year-old daughter, and last time I was on the show, I think my youngest was just a couple weeks old. She's 4 months old now. So,
isn't it amazing how fast they grow? And all I can tell you is spend as much time with the littles. I have 3, and George, believe me, I know everyone's told you this. This is not like rocket science advice, but time flies, my friend, and never hesitate to do special things with your kids. And anyways, I'm a big family guy, needless to say there. So yeah, and you're Italian too, right?
Yeah, same here. Couldn't agree more with your
Hey, my
comments.
paisan. Yeah, we have those values for sure. But very, very nice to see that. Thank you, George, for letting us know about that. I know some people don't discuss their personal stuff, but thank you so much for that one. It's family. That's the only reason I trade. I mean, I trade for you guys, and obviously I trade for family. They downloaded a new Pokemon game. Like, I just see on my credit card, like, new Pokemon game. That's okay. I made them do all the chores this week, my 8 and 5-year-old, and they wanted to download a Pokemon game for Nintendo Switch, so they went ahead and did that. Congratulations, guys. I hope you're liking the game. When I left, it had about an hour left of download, so I'm sure they're all over it right now.
Awesome.
Guys, watch out here. I want to get back to trading for a quick second. Moderna has turned right back around. I'm not sure if it was related, the AstraZeneca news coming out and getting that flush. We did have a good structure short on, but sometimes you get the secondary push, and it can be a little bit of luck. It just turned on a dime here at this sort of secondary break point, or at 87.75. There was some chop here at that price. So it's sort of watch out for this to be a little bit of a level going into the afternoon. Certainly, I'm going to be watching it here, going to the downside if we can. I still like 86 if I can catch it. This has been a good stock for me today. I want to make sure we don't get too far away from it. One more before we get out of here. HTBX, this one was a good long initially, and then giving a bunch back, trying to go over and over again back to the well on HTBX. It is now looking rather bearish if it breaks 240. I'll look to see if it can't take out that low and then head towards the open price, guys. So you want to make sure if it's going to go there. Brennan just letting us know here, and this is why we love it. He just said in the chat it's not related at all. They're just moving today, so it had nothing to do with it. It was just a little bit of a coincidence, that flush on Moderna. I think we're not done with that by a long shot for me here. Just one more thing to get to. I want to jump over to, where is it? Where are you? ALNA. This one Brennan gave to us, and one of the things I know I got to do better is when you get sustained volume on a breakout and we catch these movers here, you want to make sure you don't get away from it just because it's a big time push. Look at the break at 2. Look at the hold of 2 even. So as much as it was already up, it's continuing to run. You're now getting a double, triple top up here at 225, which gives you two things you can do. One, break out 225 in the afternoon. Also, fade in front of it at lunchtime. See if you can't catch a 10% return into VWAP as long as you got the locate. So this one's now on my radar. Thank you for it, Brendan.
Yeah, guys, just on that as well, AstraZeneca, 3% now, yeah, still going. They also signed a separate deal, so in a separate agreement with a Russian company to work on a vaccine for COVID-19. So yeah, just broke 59 there on the upside for AZN. I want to bring this one to your attention as well. Kroger having a nice day. Some of the retailers in positive territory. This is one of them. 1% to the upside, held 34 there for quite some time as resistance. We're above it now, so trending to the upside. Overall, though, market pretty sleepy at this point, but some of the retailers worth a look, guys.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Juan Pablo, for the amazing show. It's all of us that put this show on, so big ups to all of you. Oh, we didn't talk about this one. Okay, we'll find out about Canopy. I'll look at that today. I'm a big holder of cannabis names, so we will look at Canopy for you. Thank you so much, Gino. I know you've been around for quite a long time as well. I just didn't want to, I keep showing Twitter, but I just want to let you guys know, I always get direct messages. These are of all the ones that I've already accepted, let alone the ones that are sitting pending. So if you guys have anything, I'll try to get them about 2 p.m. We'll see if we can't get to a lot of those. So follow me. Easy way to access me, sort of more personal from the show, but I think I'm pretty personal on the show. Let's look at CGC right now as we go. Again, if you have any questions specifically about trading, I'm here for you guys as well. You said it's doing quite good. It's doing quite bad right now, CGC, and I don't think this is quite bad. 1%. Like I said, I am a bag holder on some of these names, not CGC. Been crushing that one, but okay, let's just zoom down to the day chart here. Or zoom out, I guess, to the daily chart. Yeah, it's holding these bottoms, and that's the thing about cannabis right now. With CBD coming back on board, we did have Red, White, and Bloom on before. We've had MindMed on before in the psychedelic space. There's a lot of stuff happening. I know CBD is very popular as well with different generations, right? Aches, pains, very good to get on something natural. I mean, even alcohol damages you. Marijuana, I mean, you're just going to keep seeing this one keep coming up and away. As soon as it's socially acceptable, which I'm not sure when that'll be, maybe with Mr. Biden, who knows, but this is going to always be in play right here. So I like the cannabis space. Thank you so much for that chat. And it actually right now, guys, on a daily chart, I may pick some more up right here. This looks like it may break through. We had a high here back in April of 1850. It's breaking through the daily chart. It gets right now above the 50 period. So looking pretty good. I know it's National Emoji Day, but we did not want to forget, isn't it? I've already said that earlier, Valeria. So sorry about that.
Better be.
We'll hit it right now because apparently people like this segment. I've already been down Jarhead right today. Today's is definitely sponsored. Which way do you want to go? Over here? Okay. It's definitely sponsored by grapes. It's like everything grape today. So I like grapes, and we'll hit the grapes. Some strawberries as well. I've asked you this the last time you were on the show, that's for sure. But give us your favorite fruit, and maybe you have a fruit salad. I don't know. Let's show it if you do. If not, tell us what your favorite fruit is, George.
I love grapes, but as I said last time, I'm a huge fan of yogurt, granola, strawberries, blueberries, any type of berry on top of it.
All right, so like more of like a yogurt parfait there with berries. Yeah, blueberry. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. I do like the blueberry look there. I did want to give you guys another quick trade here because I'm not stopping today because honestly, I just don't know about Netflix. It's been fun to trade it. It's really my worst stock today, and it's not revenge trading. It's just I think there's a big move coming. I just don't know which way. We'll test the longs right here. We did get flushed out of our last one. We're going to test it one more time and use 490 as a last second break. If it breaks 490, I'm going to be out of this name. But right now, Netflix looking like it wants to go upside. It's really just stuck in a range right here. I thought we were breaking out again. I'll take this every time, especially on an earnings replay. So Netflix right now giving it to 490, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys one last look, and it's a name that I haven't traded as much this week. Last week was fantastic off of a range-bound trade we're looking at in Macy's, but today it's bouncing off of a 675 bottom. Just go back a few sessions ago, this was a previous resistance, gapping up above that, and now turning into a little bit of support. So, just watch out. If you get this sort of rollover in the market and then break a key little bottom like this, might be worth a nice little trade in Macy's in through 675 to 650. It's only going to be a scalp. 35 was such a hard bottom that we were going long all week, 35 to 50, and would come back up to that 85 range. So if it does break 75, I wouldn't expect it to go any further than 25 or 30 cents, but I do like that for a little bit of a scalp. Just going to the 15-minute chart so you can see the entirety of the week. But we need to go to the big desk and Brampton at the big desk.
There it is, finally.
You just made Robbie's day. It's a couple minutes to go here, guys. We have a few things to touch on before we get out of here for the weekend. One of them, our latest educational video out there for you all to enjoy over the weekend. Watch it. I don't know, a lot of times, not just once, but a lot of times. Futures trading, yeah, breaking down the risk profile of each contract, very important when it comes to futures trading. You understand the specs behind each contract, especially when it comes to risk. So have a look at that educational video coming up. Valeria has the link for you right now. In fact, it's Friday, so nothing huge in the way of earnings after market today. Halliburton reporting, though, before the market opens on Monday. So that one could be an interesting one. Some of the energy names pretty active today as well. So we'll have a look at Halliburton coming up on Monday. Let's go over to the desk, check in with Valeria, and see what day it is today.
Hey guys, well, it's Emoji Day, right, Sean? Right. Hi, Jarhead. We are happy to see you joining us. We really love to having you on the show. We could have you as a guest trader every day. Guys, we would love you to participate also. Please send your request to marketing@tradertv.live and you will receive free beautiful watches sponsored by Louis Daniels. And guys, well, another amazing day and week together. Thank you for all the support, and we absolutely love our trading family. Guys, we wish you a great weekend. We see you on Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And for now, go watch our next educational video. And don't forget to write in the comments suggestions for future educational videos. Well, I would love to dedicate this day to our members, because as a part of our membership is members only emojis. So happy World Emoji Day, everyone. And Sean.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I already tweeted that out, and of course my wife, big on social media, let me know that it was National Emoji Day. I can't believe there's actually a National Emoji Day, but I like the Kim-mojis. Those are the Kim Kardashian emojis.
Yeah, there you go. There's a horrible movie that got made about emojis that I'm going to save everyone the time here. I caught like 5 minutes of it at one point. do never watch that piece of, you know what, excrement is what it was. Look, I want to thank you for coming on here, Jarhead. You've been a fantastic guest the second time through. We love the community. We love having you guys on. If anybody wants to be a guest trader of the day for this month and next, you get one of these Lewis Daniels watch. So look out for yours in the mail there. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend. But I gotta go down the line here, and sorry for stealing your special day there, Valeria. I have promised I will bring her some maple syrup to make up for it, so she can put it in her coffee now that she's not going to Starbucks.
Love you, Neil.
And I do see Sean's halfway there. I love to see the pace going on in Hydration Nation. You gotta stay hydrated. It's very, very important. You can't talk all this.
1 p.m. now, George. 1 p.m.
You were at 3 p.m. Early in the week. I'm just going to throw that out there at this time of day. But slowing down is probably a good thing. You don't want to.
And by the way, sorry to anybody that likes the Emoji Movie there. Neil's opinions are those of his own.
I feel sorry for anybody that likes that. It was horrible. I only watched 5-10 minutes of it, to be honest with you, but it was still terrible. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but it is what it is. Brendan Wiggins doing a fantastic job as always. I hear he drops bombs off the tee when it comes to golf. That's just a rumor that I've heard, Brendan.
Yeah, no idea where they're going to land, but it's all fun.
You wouldn't be good for the U.S. Well, I don't think any of us would be very good on accuracy. Greg, though, definitely improving his game. Shout out to Greg. Practice makes perfect. I'm going to be back. Let's do that again, guys, and we'll see how we play. But it's been fantastic show. It's 12 o'clock now. We're going to wrap things up. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay strong, guys. Spend time with your family. Sorry it's the weekend, but we will be back on Monday with once again another big show and some big-time winners, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It never stops around here. And thank you last time here, George Jarhead, for coming through. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Thanks, George.